Hello, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. So today we have a live stream, and this is just to clear up some of the miscommunication that happened yesterday. And this is a message to our fans and Black Knight. And this is the Ebony Star Network, and I am Creative Solutions. And here with me is Dame, which is known as the Lady Knight. And so yesterday we did have a show. And we just wanted to clear up some clarification. Um, so number one, we was very wary about using the term wifey, and we didn't really want to use that term, but it's okay. We ended up using it. And our message was miscommunicated in a way where it kind of felt like that we were judging women, but our intention was not necessarily to judge women, but was to judge the man on his decisions on picking a partner. And the reason why we did this topic because we have had various men come on our panel, and we have heard it from different panels that they have picked women, right, which became a bothersome. So these women that they picked became naggers. They wasn't the best women. They talked down to them. They did things that that a normal relationship, a healthy relationship, that you would be in, you would not occur on a daily basis. So I wanted to have this conversation basically so that the men could take accountability for the woman that they chose, whether it is the sexy girl or this girl, just let them know that there's more to a woman than just her looks. And basically we had this conversation in our show just to basically teach people on how to pick a partner. So we misrepresented ourselves with our title. We really wanted to say how to pick a partner, and we just got into a little bit of a debate, and we just wanted to say sorry to the Black Knight because we did not hear you the first time, and I think we was too involved in our message and getting it across. So yeah, so that's what we really came on here to say. I understand that we're not supposed to judge women because we come off as the manosphere itself because they are very judgmental to women. And I just wanted to come on this live and just straighten that up and say that was not our intentions. Dame, did you wanna?
Yes. We was trying to avoid what looked like a disagreement or a fight by just carrying on with our topic, but in doing so, we was being disrespectful, like we weren't taking what he's saying in regard. Sometimes we get so caught up in what we want to talk about that we're listening but we're not listening, so it seemed like we was just th- um being disrespectful by not acknowledging what he was saying, even though we agree with what he's saying, and we did, but we didn't acknowledge or clarify our position of what we was talking about. Um, and it seemed like, well, it was disrespectful. We should have acknowledged, even though we agree. And I was thinking that it would be a good topic, but it's about. Hmm.
And just to let you know, like every network has its problems. And yes, we do talk behind the scenes and we try to come on here and give you guys a good show. So I hope our fans and the people who always tune into us, I hope they understand and they don't take it as we were being disrespectful or anything like that. Yeah, we just hold very strong viewpoints, and sometimes that can tend to be a miscommunication amongst the parties.
Yeah. Yeah.
But moving forward, we will communicate more and make sure we don't clash like that again.
Hmm. Yeah. Because it got heated because it got a little heated, like taking it personal when he was just stating a situation, and by our non-responding, which which was the flip off what he said, or just to push it behind us to keep going on what we're saying. It made him heated, feel like we didn't respect him. Hmm. And I wonder how many times that has happened to all of us. We get so focused on what we're doing, we disregarding what somebody is telling us, or we not acknowledging what they're telling us, and so now it seems like we being disrespectful.
Yes, and I acknowledge that, yes, I can be a little bit emotional and I do have outbursts, and sometimes I do take it way a little bit too overboard. And sometimes I just need to relax and just, just let it go. But, it's all good. At least we come to a realization, and now that we know how to move forward. And there will still be debates, believe that. There will still be heated debates, but we will not try to take it so personal, and we will try to understand where each other's is coming from.
And now that we know better, we'll do better.
Okay, so with that being said, we have addressed our fans and the Black Knight. We have addressed the topic. So our last stream, we really wanted to say how to pick a partner. So I'm just saying you guys know that we're not telling men how to pick a wife. So moving on, we're gonna talk briefly about Roe versus Wade overturned. So, Dane, what do you think about that?
Okay. I was kind of expecting it. I've been kind of expecting that it was going to be overturned, especially when the census was talking about the 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 low birth rate across the board. But we know that it hit a certain ethnic group even harder, and they were going. They believe they can control things and everything, including the women, including their women, and they trying to change that, which I don't think that's gonna work. But they don't offer anything to kind of make it easier. If you're gonna remove something like that and it caused such a severe reaction, you gotta offer something more. Hey, free birth control. Hey, shots, pills, whatever, shoots, even free condom. For those who they want to enjoy sex, but they don't want to have kids, or they're not ready to have kids, or they shouldn't have kids. Hmm. Yeah, Charlene had brought that point to me, and I kind of took it over. But yeah, but it's not going to change anything. And I don't think it's about us as a black people. I think it's about white people. And yes, we're going to get affected by it, because hey, it always been that way. But I'm not too surprised that it happened. Yes, Phoenix Genie. I think that's the only thing that's going to counter that. You know, women as a group or will have to say I'm abstaining, and they probably are. That phrase, "I'm not dating, I'm not ready to have a kid." There's gonna be a bunch of women. Um, They're gonna stop dating because since a lot of people seem to equivalent um, think that dating means look for a sex partner instead of look for somebody you want to love and be involved with for the rest of your life. Um, it's gonna change the dating atmosphere.
So I was thinking that this Roe versus Wade is gonna have a bigger divide between men and women. It's not really gonna bring us together because women are gonna be always thinking about how they don't want to get pregnant, right? And then on top of that, I bet the men don't want to be put on child support. And I'm not saying it has to get to that point where he has to be put on child support, but the fortunate reality is that some people have to be put on child support because you can't really force them to do something if they don't want to do it. So sometimes you're going to have to use the legal system to get that across. Hopefully we do have some good human beings and men who would take on that responsibility if they do get somebody pregnant and embrace it and take care of the children. But I was thinking about the fact that if you're gonna overturn Roe versus Wade and not allow women to have access to abortion, not saying that it's right or wrong, essentially, I think you should avoid that, and that should be the last option, that you should even think about. I I was saying that if they could do that, why don't they have free contraceptions, right? Oh, why not? Free birth control, men and women, both aside. I think if they're going to do that, they should advertise, you know, free birth control and free contraceptives of different varieties. Like, you can't take away their last option and don't have anything in return.
Yeah, that seemed to be one of the topic of conversation. There's some women I've heard they can't afford birth control. They're not on the program where they can get free birth control unless they're trying to get a hysterectomy a permanent birth control. Yeah, we're that option. You can get all the free programs you want, the permanent one. But if you want temporarily until you until you're ready to have kids, is a whole nother ball game.
Okay, so I'm gonna address Bill Speaks comment. He says abstinence won't would be good, but we know many women won't do it. So I just wanted to say this, right? Men and women want to have sex, right? Right? Men have libidos, women have libidos. Women are sexual beings. Men want to have sex also. I think both people want to have sex, right? Whether we want to say it is or it's not. I think you can't deny that fact. If a person constantly think about sex, and maybe they should stop. But I think both. You can't just say most women won't do it. They got to be having sex with a man. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying all men, but these men on these dating channels push for men to have a whole roster. So they be having 3 or 4 chicks at once, and they be rotating them. And that's what a lot of these dating coaches push for men to have, you know? So I don't know about that one. You could say the same thing for women. Women could have 2 to 3 sexual partners also. But I think it's on both sexes. It depends on who you mess with and how often you have sex. But I think both sexes are having sex, female and men and males. Somebody said that might take away your sexual motivation too. Sexual motivation. Hmm. I don't know about that one. I think people will still have sex. And I mean, people won't have sex necessarily. I think now you should probably only have sex with people who you might want to procreate with. if you do have a child. If not, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. I don't even talk about the men because we know how men do. Okay, you can say that. Hysterectomy. You know how hard that is for women to get a hysterectomy? I think it's so much easier for men to get vasectomies because that can always get overturned. And we've seen lots of instances where men still have kids even though they got a vasectomy. But a hysterectomy, I don't know about that one. I think that's too much. That's an overkill. Getting tubes, ties, and vasectomies can cut off motivation. Can cut off motivation. You can say that. I think now that you have to be responsible for your choices in life, and they're slowly taking away your options. I think you should. Maybe sex might not be the best thing that you should be doing right now. If you can have fun doing other things, you might want to do that. Hey, Miss Mimi. So yeah, I don't know. I think Dame is having some connection. Dame, are you here? Okay, they might be doing some things right now. So yeah, this is Roe versus Wade. If you guys want to hop on the panel, you guys can. I think the link is pinned. Bo Speak says getting an important purpose can cut motivation for sex. Yeah, I totally agree. Instead of having sex, have projects, do other things, do something else. You know, you don't necessarily need to have sex. But to be honest, I feel this Roe versus Wade is gonna throw a monkey wrench into everybody's lives. I mean, a lot of these states were like that before, so a lot of people, it didn't really change much. But I'm thinking about the states like New York, California, you know, you can even say Georgia. They're gonna feel it because these states are really urban, has lots of people. Say Georgia, they're gonna feel it because these states are really urban, has lots of people. Um, speak. Can you turn off your device in the back?
Huh? What? My
I can
camera?
hear you. No, no,
Oh,
no, no, not your camera. I was talking about because I could hear myself in the background. That was I was talking
oh,
about.
my bad. My bad. Hold on. Okay, is that better?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. How you doing, Sharlene?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm getting an extended break from work, so that's helpful. So,
That's what's up. So, what you got on this subject?
as far as Roe versus Wade, I mean, I think the people who are smart, yeah, they're gonna make some choices. Um, the people who just don't give a f, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. I mean, even with all the things about children and sexual diseases, you still got people who will willingly having raw sex. So, I mean, I remember there was a woman on a social media platform. She said, "If we're not, if you're not hitting it raw, we ain't effing." And everybody was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was trying to change it up. It was like, no, you can't change that. No, sis, you can't change that. You know what you meant. So, so you got people like that, and I don't even discuss them because you know how some of these goofballs do. It's like their thought process. I hope she don't get a pregnant a hilk. You know how you know how these dudes do. So I think the people who are smart, who see that, look, I don't want to get caught up in the child support hustle. I don't want to get caught up trying to fight these dudes with child support and having to take care of a kid. They're gonna make the changes. So, but the people who, they don't care, they just gonna keep doing what they're doing. And so it
I agree.
yeah.
Super Mike, did you want to add something?
Hey, yeah, what's up, guys? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
get
you.
you, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
up, man?
No, I was just going to ask the ladies if they could, from their perspective, like, you know, how everybody was talking back in the day where men had to kind of work a little harder to try to get the lady to, you know, you had to have game, you had to talk to them, and you had to like climb through their windows and do all this stuff to try to get a lady to, you know, give it up and all that kind of stuff. At least, I mean, some guys have better luck than others, but you know, that's the kind of history a lot of people remember. And like now today, you know, it just seems, I don't know, it seems like it's just so much easier to get anything, you know, almost from women that guys used to have to work a little harder for. But I think you know, maybe with this, the women going to be probably thinking a little bit more, three, four, five, six, seven, eight times, and they're going to be the ones like, you know what, you know, I remember this one show, like what was it, uh you ever seen Jamie Foxx and Vivica Fox? They did this show, what was it called, Booty Call? You ever seen that movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like Jamie Foxx and Vivica was like, go hook up or something like that. And I think it was something in the back of Vivica's mind. It was like, girl, look at him. You about to have some mess with, you about to mess with Buns. Look at him. He crazy. And then they looked at Jamie Foxx and he was just like, "Burn, we gonna do this or what?" And she stopped him. Y'all remember that? Or he kind
Yeah,
of
I
threw,
think. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that. I
threw
think it
a
was.
monkey wrench in his little game. So I was just thinking like maybe, you know, it's just gonna make, I mean, like not right away because you know we've been used to living this way, but I think like over time, it's just like, you know, with the tragedies and the lessons and like you said, maybe like the 10, 15 kids somebody gonna have or whatever, people gonna start saying like, you know what, I'm about to gatekeep. I ain't about to be like her, or I'm not about to put myself in that situation because they're gonna start growing up with people who just having babies, like, and then it's just gonna, people gonna really kind of like realize firsthand again like the reason why, you know.
I I would I would I would agree for the guys who are not as attractive, who don't have that like aura. Women would just drop panties for them. Yeah, it's gonna be harder. But for the ones that can just get it like that, I don't think it's gonna be that difficult because at the end of the day, you see, there's still guys who can get it just like that. It's all going to be who you're attracted to, and as much as some people keep saying I don't do this, I don't do that, desire wins out of everything, and especially now because um, you're not as shamed for, especially I don't want to take the manosphere. I'm taking the manosphere out of it because manosphere is on something else. Most women now are not shamed for promiscuous sex. So the women who desire certain men, they're going to go for those men regardless. So I think that the ones that men who don't have that automatic sexual appeal, it's going to be harder for them. And the guys who kind of look like the incels, yeah, it's good luck to you.
I
But
don't know because think about it. Because if you have a baby, right, you gotta think a baby is responsibility. It's not an easy task. It's not something that should be taken lightly. So I don't know. I think women might be feeling a little bit wary, if
I
she's
I
really
would
smart
I would
about it.
agree with you, but like I said, desire wins out of a lot of stuff. It is it like I said, the person that's not that don't have that instant sex appeal like that, yeah, she's gonna think about all that. But that guy that she really, really want desire, I'm talking about raw sexual appeal. That thought go. They might think for a second. It might pause them maybe one time, but when I'm talking about like really deciding, nah, I don't think that's gonna be. I don't think that's gonna be the case.
But
But
check, what do y'all think about this though? Because I know women in my family and just in my neighborhood. I know some women who some people would they were free spirits basically. I'll say it that way. You know, they're not bad people, but they just enjoy social. They enjoy men. So they be out there. But when you get that baby and that thing is like, and everybody else is like, I ain't taking care. It's like so many. It's like that baby is here. It's like looking at you, and then you got to figure out stuff. Whereas before you could just, and now you mad at the daddy, so now you're motivated. Like, okay, nah, you ain't about to do this to me. So he can't go out either because you got somebody tracking you. She's like, no, I'm gonna make I'm suffering, you suffering too.
Yeah,
So,
not only that, think about it. Like the woman has to carry that child. So think her body is gonna change. She might get stretch marks, her breast is gonna change. All of these things are gonna change, to her. And then think about it, like after all these changes, and then you have some guy who sometimes, he wants to be there and then sometimes he doesn't. That's very impactful. Like that's a lot of stress and that's a lot of things that a woman have to think about. And not only that, you got people in the space who like to shame women who have kids and shame them for their bodies. You got to think about that too. So it's a lot of things you have to think about. Hello?
yeah, we're here. Um, yeah, like I said, I'm kind of trying to I'm exclude this space because I think again we're looking at the bigger society. The bigger society is not shaming women like that. It's just only like online with the manosphere, whether it's the white side or the black side. They're the ones shaming women. Outside of that, I don't see that a lot of that shame. I mean, hell, you got Hot Girl Summer still going going strong even now. So I think again, um, the ones that have some sense and the ones who you know they're going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna close this box down for people who I gotta make sure that I'm good. If they got something to do, they got something to strive for. They're gonna protect themselves. The ones who on that hot girl summer stuff, who's really embracing that, I, I don't think that this is gonna matter because with like I said, with all the stuff that's happened, you with the child support battles and all that stuff, custody battles and all that, there's still women going out there. They're gonna go do what they do regardless. So
but as many speak, do you think it's gonna kind of start tapering down? Because I'm saying I know what you're saying because I agree with everything you just said. And I know that's still going to happen, but I'm just saying this kind of, to me, it increases the accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like the biological accountability, it like increases it, like, to me, and it makes it a little bit more difficult. So I think that it's going to start hitting people like where it hurts. They're going to really feel it, and that's all I'm saying. I'm thinking that over maybe, let's say, 10 years from now, at least even 5 years from now, we might be having a different conversation a little bit, just a little. Not,
I,
not everybody, of course.
Do you think this is gonna promote um families? What do you guys think? Will this help promote families or bring people together?
I don't
mm,
know. Hey, I don't know.
I, I doubt it because we're still in that whole get the bag thing, and this. Um, I don't think it's going to promote it, and if anything, maybe, well, maybe on the white side, maybe, but on the black side, mm, I don't know. But if we're talking about online, yeah, I don't think so. I'm kind of, I might be with you, Charlene, that it's going to cause a little more division, especially on this side of YouTube, and I think that's what's going to happen. Now, maybe now, Superman, I, I, I can see that happening, but it's going to be a long way away. It's going to take at least, I wouldn't even say 5 years. I would say at least maybe 10, 15. If,
Well,
if,
how long have it been? Because I forgot. When did they like let it be legal? Was it like the
what,
70s?
abortion?
Yeah. Was it like the 70s or something? I don't know
I,
when. I don't know
I
how
think
long we've been
it
in
I,
was,
this.
wasn't it just recent? It's not too long ago, was it? Was it the 70s? I mean, I think it was like what, the 1980s or 1990s. I don't.
Okay,
I,
yeah. 'Cause
I
I don't
want
know
to.
how long we've been. I don't know how long we've been in this state. Like, you gotta realize, like, all of us was raised in this, on this side of the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the Titanic. You're trying to change it around. It does take a minute, but
I want to say the 70s, but
yeah, I gotta look it
I'm
up.
not a historian, so y'all probably would know more than I do. Because I'm, to be honest with you, I wasn't even thinking about. I didn't,
Okay,
I
yes.
didn't. Yeah, I
You're
really didn't
right.
even think about abortion until what I started actually dating my ex.
You're
So
right, bro. Speak. It was January 22nd, 1973. The Supreme Court in Roe versus Wade invalidated all of these laws and set guidelines for availability of abortion.
okay, yeah, that's what I thought it was 70s. 'Cause I know it wasn't the 60s. I know it was free love over there, but I think it was the 70s. Uh, so yeah, I, yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Oh, I was gonna say the vasect. Oh yeah, like I think I got confused because when I said, like, when people get their tubes tied and vasectomies. I haven't studied this, so, but I think I could look it up. We should probably look it up. But I've heard that, because the men make their testosterone down there, and I think the women, the ovulating and stuff, with the estrogen and stuff. So a lot of people say that sometimes those procedures, it affects the motivation of the men and or the women, you know, because it affects the way you produce um, your biochemicals and stuff. So that's just, I mean, I haven't really studied that real strong, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I just think anytime you messing with the body like that, whether it's on the men's side or the women's side, you're causing problems that really don't need to be there. That's just my personal opinion. I think I mean it.
Oh,
It's
I
like
guess it's easy. It says vasectomy reversal is surgery to undo a vasectomy. During the procedure, a surgeon reconnects each tube that carries sperm from a testicle into the semen. After a successful vasectomy reversal, sperm are again present in the semen, and you may be able to get your partner pregnant again. So it seems easier than a woman getting her tubes tied, because I don't think that could be undone.
But brother speak knows. You and y'all probably know too, because y'all probably if you mention that to a man, it's something in our nature. We would just be like,
yeah, because you're messing with something down there. I'm like, just
We'd be
think,
like,
just think about that. Something
uh,
you're messing with
uh.
something down there. Shit,
All right,
some
check this out.
yeah.
So tubal ligation reversal is a surgery done to allow a woman who has had her tubes tied to become pregnant again. This is the reversal. The fallopian tubes are reconnected in the reversal surgery. A tubal ligation cannot always be reversed if there is too little tube left or if it is damaged.
To me, like I said, I agree with you, bro. Speak. I mean, I just all that stuff. Mm-mm. No surgeries and cutting and stuff. I
I
just
think
think
the men is
somebody else.
easier than doing it on the
Well,
woman. Just think about it. The men could get I wouldn't say I could say 100 women pregnant at the same time, but a woman can only have one baby at a time.
well, like I said, I mean, if you know as a man that you're going to live your life going from various women, and you know there's nothing that's going to change your mind. That's going to be your lot in life. You're going to always be going to different women. Then maybe. But to me, it's easier to just be like, okay, I got you, and I'm gonna try to build this family, and we're gonna make some money. I'm gonna come up with other ways to like to conquer the world instead of doing it vicariously by conquering different women or whatever, so-called conquering them as far as sexually or whatever. But that's just how I think. But everybody got their different thinking, and I'm not demonizing nobody. I'm just saying, I guess if you're going to be with a lot, for a fact, I'm going to I'm trying to get like 1,000, body count or something like that. Then yeah, go
Wait,
ahead, the tubes tied
and
or
look, check this
vasectomy or
out.
something.
Check this out. The average cost of tubal ligation reversal in the United States is about $8,685. However, depending on factors such as where you live and what tests you need beforehand, the cost can range from $5,000 to $21,000.
for
Insurance
for
does
what?
not to have a
What?
woman,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, if she
yeah,
wants to do a tubal ligation, if she wants to do a reversal from the tying
yeah,
her tubes,
yeah. You
and it
see,
can range from 5,000 to 21,000, and insurance doesn't usually cover the cost of the surgery.
yeah, I mean, but that's good. Like I said, you see, it making everybody talk about this kind of stuff. You got more to think about because it's not. This is harder. These are like harder decisions because you got to do something to yourself versus just having an abortion. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean, bro. Speak like this is gonna make people think more. Like, and like I said, we probably ain't gonna see the change immediately, but it's gonna. I
Yeah,
think it's gonna change. I mean, over time.
yeah. I mean, I can see what you're saying, Super Mike. But I think it's going to be a while, though. I think it's going to be longer than 5 years. I think it's going to be at least 10, because people have put the thing is people have put money into this whole sexual liberation thing. There's money in it, and you're going to cut off a lot of people's money when you're talking about abstinence and being more careful. that's going to cut into a lot of people's money, and people going to fight for that. So that's what I'm saying with that. Also, besides people just want to be, I don't like I said. I think again, it's that the people who really careful, really want to plan stuff out. They're going to be the ones who's going to be like, let me think about this. But the one, like I said, the ones like you said, who's free spirited, they're not going to care. And I think it's going to be more, as of right now, it's kind of more of them than the ones who want to be careful. Because even the one that look like well, they have sense, shoot, their they got their dark moments too. They go they go to the swing clubs or the sex clubs and stuff like that. They just don't tell you, but you wouldn't even think it. But
Yeah, but those them babies though, they could cut down one of the some of the most freest spirits a baby can. A baby a
I
dry
would think
like a what you call that, a lead ball, put it around their leg or something, or somebody's
you would
leg.
you
That
would
baby,
think you would think.
well,
Man, I've seen some. That baby
some
don't
of
stop
them, yeah, of
nothing,
course.
you know. But again, like I said, man, if you if you're the one that's smart with what you're doing, yeah, it's gonna give you pause because it's like, look, man, do I really want to have this baby and this dude I don't even know he gonna be here. You know, that's just how I view it, man. And
That's facts, though, if you think about it, what you just said there. But you know what? All of this is because we do not want to be, we don't want to be detained. I wouldn't say detained, but we don't know how to be responsible. We don't want to be disciplined in our sexual escapades. We don't have morals, we don't have restrictions. We're willy-nilly to do whatever it is that we want to do. And there are some side effects and some consequences to our actions, whether we like it or not. If you don't want to vet your partners and you don't want to ask the necessary questions and you just want to get into these relationships and not be responsible, and take precautions, well, you have to deal with what's on the other side. And whether you like it or not, those are the consequences for your actions. And it goes for both men and women.
yeah, and when I usually see it's like you're making other people responsible for your body. We have to understand something. Nobody's responsible for your sexual safety. That's men and women. I don't trust women with my sexual safety. All the people that I've had sex with, there's only two people I can say that I had sex without a condom. One was my ex, and one was another one I was dating. Both of them, I knew them. All the other people, no, and I wouldn't. And also, those people didn't want to. They did not want to have a baby with me or get an STD from me, so they protected themselves. A lot of us put our sexual safety in the hands of other people, and we think that these people are going to take care of us. You can't do that. Even back in the day, you couldn't do that. You have you. Our community made sure that each other would protect it as much as you could because they knew was what happened. But now, because like I said, a lot of stuff has happened. We're on the sexual liberation now. Get the bag. Use what use what you do. Get it by any means necessary. Even that means you got to give your body like that, people don't really care, and they want to put it on the other oldest on the other person to protect them. You can't do that. And then when you have when it, and let's not even talk about the babies. Let's talk about the STDs. Now you want to get at this other person when you're supposed to be protecting yourself. And then I remember, I think there was a panel where somebody, well, I got to do all this for just to have just for women to have sex. They got to get these hysterectomy and all that. I'm sorry, that's God made you that way. I'm hey, I but it's still, if you want to protect yourself, instead of having the sexual discipline to say, hey, I gotta make sure that this person is right and not rush everything. You gotta control that desire part. And same with guys. Look, woman can have babies with anybody they want to. That's a fact. And well, until now, abort the baby. Hell, they can still abort the baby. It's just that you got to follow certain guidelines depending on the state. But she can't have my baby unless I put a seed in her. She can't even get that chance unless I put that seed in her. But you got dudes who want to put all of it on the woman and all that because she gets pregnant. F that. I made sure that I, you're not even going to get the chance to even have that decision because I'm going to make sure that you're not having, my seed is not going anywhere near you unless you're going to be my wife. What, just, you just going to be my wife. That's it. That's the only way it's going to work. And when I hear that some of these dudes talk, it's like, dude, you don't even value your seed enough to protect it. You don't value your body enough to protect yourself, and that's crazy to me. Very crazy. But that's what we are now. We don't care about the consequences. We want to do what we want to do, and then we're gonna put oldest on someone else. It's insane.
Wow, both speak. That was powerful. I would say more. I would say when you're having these raw sex and you do things like that out here, you are swapping DNA. You're swapping energies. You're swapping different things, and you don't know what you're leaving with. Like it be times when you sleep with somebody, and then right after your whole life go to shit. And it be sometimes when you sleep with some people and everything is okay. So you also got to think about that. Think about who you're sleeping with. Like, is this person good for me? Does this person, like me? Does this person care about me? Because you need to do that. Because if not, think about, you're gonna sleep with somebody who don't like you, who disrespects you, who has no inclination or care about what happens to you after the end, after they ejaculate. That says a lot about you, and especially if they ejaculate inside of you, or you're swapping DNA with them. Just think about, you're taking in all that essence, and then the next day you still gotta operate.
Yeah, I like what Mackie said because see that child support. When that child support go up, that's what I was telling y'all. Everybody's talking about the men too because you gotta realize it's right now. Like there's a lot of guys out there that get to have 5, 10, just swinging through some women, and some of them they get pregnant because they didn't. But if you let's say some of these guys, we see stories where guys got 30 kids and all this stuff. How many women did he actually have? You see what I'm saying? If 30 of them got pregnant, how many total? So now when them child support rate, everybody get the money. And she said the states funded. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's that accountability word. That's going. That's going to increase. So, like Speak said, I guess people are funny. I think when those I don't know. I think it might be a benefit because it's hard, but sometimes kind of hard. Sometimes a little punishment, a little smack on the wrist or whatever is sometimes what people need to hold them accountable. So I don't know. I don't think this is the end of the world. I'll say
So
that.
just think about it though, right? If you get a woman pregnant, right, and she doesn't have the resources to take care of your child, and she has no choice but to get on welfare or state assistance, like, can you blame her? And think about it. Why does the state have to take care of your child that you slept with the woman and you created with her?
Right,
You
because
have,
irresponsible hookups. So that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Yeah,
So
that's
you,
that's
you have
the
to.
bottom line. Yep.
Yes, you have to hold both people responsible. I mean, the
Hmm.
woman has to take care of the child, so obviously she's taking accountability. I don't know what more accountability do people want her to take. And people say these women got to take accountability. Who you think is raising the kids? Like, if that's not accountability, I don't know what is. You know?
Yeah,
So
I
you,
agree with you. But when I say accountability, I'll be talking about everybody because to me, it's not gender specific. It's like it's people. There's a personality out there that wants to, like you say, had a cake. What they say, had a cake and eat it too. But basically, I never understood that little phrase. But the point is, there's a certain kind of personality that's out there that likes to have fun, which everybody likes to have fun, but then like you said, on the other side of that decision, they don't want to deal with that. And
yeah.
some of that's
It's
going to change.
real life. It's real life. If you going and you picking up people in bars and you picking up people online and you going to crazy sites and picking up people that you don't know and you don't vet and you start sleeping with them and you think it's a good idea to create a relationship with that person and you get pregnant. Whose fault is that? It's both people's fault. And you gotta take responsibility because you knew that the spaces that you were going does not really have the best people. I'm just saying, it's a lot of things that people do, and and at a certain point, you can't feel bad for some people. You know, they kind of understood what was happening. You know, and you got some people who do try. They get married, they do the whole 9 yards, but the stuff don't work out, and that it jumps down. I think everything boils down to is self-love. Like, if you strongly love yourself and you heal from your traumas when you were growing up and stuff don't trigger you, I think that's what it was. You need to like go through this process of healing yourself so that you know that you can want better, you can do better, because if not, you're going to be attracting those same circumstances in your life.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. It, it's and it's easy. It's easier now to be irresponsible with your sexual um, body parts because the shame is not there anymore. I mean, it's literally where back in the day, yeah, even the men was getting shamed. Like, look, even if he was going out dropping it, no, you still got to take care of that woman. They ain't trying to hear that. Now it's like it's wild wild west. But like I said, and I think, like I said, it's not going to change anytime soon. I think it will take years, especially if these the white folks have their way. Yeah, they're going to clamp down even harder. And I think that, yeah, it's now if it's going the way that I think it's going to go, like, yeah, I think you might be right on that, Super Mike, that people going to might clamp down. But if it's just going to be just this and nothing else, yeah, I know. I think it's going to be a longer time before people change. I think it's still going to be like a generation or two before people really start thinking about family again, because people want to be, they don't want the attachments because of the risk that comes with it. So
So,
Yeah, yeah.
Mama Ring said just because you have a baby, don't mean you just met that person. That's true. I was just saying, if you are going out to clubs, you're getting drunk and you're hooking up with people, and you're super drunk and you're not sure if you're wearing condoms and you're engaging into sexual activities, you could get pregnant also. I'm just saying the facts. Um, and then Phoenix Jean said, if child support goes up, women will be unalive. What do you guys think about that? A lot of women are dying, especially women who are pregnant. A lot of them are there. A lot of people are committed. Not a lot of people, but a lot of homicides have been committed against pregnant people, pregnant women.
This is true. This is true. And the thing is, all of this gonna hit everybody. That's why I was telling. I'm saying this is a ripple effect. It's not. Anytime you have a big change like this, you're gonna have a change, and a lot of people not gonna like it. They're gonna still try to operate the same way, pretend like, oh, nothing's changed, and they're gonna get hit with the actual consequences. Some of them, you're like, dude, kill this woman or kill a girl or something, or because they want to have a baby or something like that because she's pregnant, and his life is ruined, or hopefully the family get him back or something. But then everybody's gonna look at that like, dang, I don't want my life to turn out like that. I'm gonna make a different decision. And let's say, you know, people continue to operate as if the laws hasn't changed or it's easy or everything's the same. Those kids, the neglect that they feel growing up, like you said, like Speak said, it might be a generation because let's say those people still act the same way, but their kids gonna be like, I was neglected because my father didn't have self control or this, that, and the other. I don't want that for my kids. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that stuff works. And I know people be wanting immediate, uh, instant gratification, but that's just not how stuff like this works. Because when you change something like this, it's a generation or two. So that's what they're looking at with when you're looking at changes. You're looking at trend changes. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think it's going to pretty much go. But yeah, people are going to be mad because it's a change. Anytime you change a policy, even at work, nobody likes that sometimes because they got to get used to a different way. But I don't think it's the end of the world, though. That's all. That's my thing.
Okay, so Mama Rain says not only single mothers get welfare, but so do married people. That's true. Anybody could qualify and get welfare if you're single, married. It's if you're in need and it's based on income. So we're just highlighting the fact that just with the whole ordeal of this abortions and women getting pregnant, some women don't have the resources, so they will get on welfare. That's why we say that. And the reason why we state that, because when these women do get on welfare, they have to put down the father's name because the father has to pay child support. And they're going to ask the woman who's the father.
right. Um, as far as like welfare, like for married people, I mean, who's going to get more of the programs? The married people or the single people? I think it would be the single mother would probably get more of the programs than the married people. So when we're talking about this, I mean, we're talking about what many people see. We're seeing single mothers. We're not looking at married people getting welfare. There are only certain things you're going to get as a married couple. as opposed to a single mother. At least
Mhm.
that's from my regulation. Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong,
Every
but
state is
Yeah,
a little different.
they're trying to, yeah, for married people, it's going to be, it's not going to be as much because they're under the impression that something happened temporarily, and the man is not working, able to take care of him. They're going to help him only so much. They don't want to encourage him not to work. Keep his family alive so he can concentrate on getting a job and going back to work. That's the mentality of the welfare system.
I remember at least in Georgia, and that was, I would say, what, probably about maybe 13 years ago, whatever, when it was at 90, or well, no, it was like 2010 or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, we had hit some hard times. I was like, okay, go ahead, see what the welfare thing was like. They was like, oh, y'all gotta, he gotta be out the house or something. They literally said that, or to us, because I think I had, even though we were brokers, I don't know what, we couldn't afford this rent, but they were like, y'all make like $300 too much. I think they said that you got to make less, or you got to be single. They literally said that to us, and I was like, nah, we'll figure something else out. I'm not gonna be pretending like this ain't my wife. I don't play no games like that. We're just gonna have to suffer a little bit. And we got through it, but that happened to me actually. Now, like I said, I don't know the details of that because that's the only time that I actually tried to do that. But that was in Georgia. I'll say it that way.
yeah, I know in Texas, I know the reason why my oldest brother and his baby mama didn't get married because they would have cut her welfare because she was on welfare.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey Max, how's it going?
Going on, going on, going on. What's going on? Hey, man. Hey, Super Mike. You said that the black women told black men to leave the homes because they wanted a welfare check. Is that what you said?
No, that's not what he was saying. He was saying that when he applied for welfare, he couldn't get it because they were married. And they literally was saying that he would have to pretend that they're not married and he wasn't going to do that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
was
yeah,
married at
yeah, yeah. If you marry, you really can't get it. I mean, if a woman is married, she can't get it either.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The only way you can get it is that you have no income coming in.
it's just certain things you just can't get married
Yeah,
as
if you're married, even if you're married and you're not working and she is, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, we had just dropped income for probably about, good. It was like after that 2008 crisis or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So that was
Hmm.
the situation. So yeah, we had dropped income, but we was making income, but we had dropped income, and it
Nah,
was
if
just
you making
they was like, nah.
nah, nah, nah. If you making some kind of income, you can forget about it.
But Max, he
Hmm.
proved what you said was right. One,
What's that?
that women did not kick black men out of the house for
No,
welfare.
they didn't. No, no, they didn't. And I want somebody to. I really want somebody to come up here with some proof of that. I don't want any
And
talking points. Hold on 1 second. I don't want any talking points. I don't want any hearsay information. I don't want to hear about what Lyndon B. Johnson did or whatever. I need some proof. People are running their mouths with no receipts. We need proof. I came up on the tail end of that era in the 70s. I never saw any of that.
Mhm.
So I need somebody to provide some hardcore evidence. I need articles, women actually saying that they put their men out for a welfare check. We need receipts.
there ain't no receipts for that.
Right. So somebody got some receipts. Please come up here with them. We're tired of the talking point. We're tired of the white supremacist talking point. We're tired. We want receipts. Either prove it or shut the F up.
Yeah, I like I've heard
Yeah,
that, and I'm
yeah.
like,
And also that women did follow the men lead. Super Mike never said anything about his wife whispering, babe, maybe we should do that so we can get some stuff. She didn't whisper that in the middle, and he stood his ground. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to pretend I'm not married. We're just going to tighten our belts and we're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't even know what
So,
these guys talking about, especially back in the 70s. Men was an unquestioned and unchallenged leader of the home and the community. It was no doubt who ran the show. Okay? You come into my house, there was no doubt who the head of the house was. Okay? But again, men were strong back then. Men were different back then. Okay? These dudes here with all this incel shit, they can't get that. All this Rudy Poo shit, all this sugar in the tank shit, you're not gonna get that. Women ain't gonna follow no sashaying sugar in the tank wishy washy nigga. Okay? Because they're women themselves. They need strong men to follow. Men that can protect them, men that can provide, men that they can cry on shoulders, cry into their arms, men that's going to let them know that everything's going to be okay and that they got it. Men who can handle up. I said this before. If you're not a strong man, you have no business being married. And I mean strong all the way across the board. Only the strong need to get married. You weak niggas with all this incel shit, all this Rudy Poo, Cynthia G shit, y'all got no business getting married. Stay out of relationships. You ain't built for that. Hi, Miss Minnie. How you doing?
What's
yeah.
up?
So
But yeah, that happened because what we end up doing is basically just, like you said, it's just we had to lose our little house because that was just the house we were paying, but we just got a rental. It was roaches in it, but so we got through it. It was all good.
Well, as a man, you're gonna lose some things. I've lost. I mean, we all go through loss, but as a man, you understand life. Life is about loss. You know what I'm saying? So the things that you lose, you don't worry about them. You just either replace the things you lose or you add new things to your life so you can continue on. I don't sit around dwelling about the things that I lost. Now, some things I didn't want to lose, and they stung a little bit, but you got to move on. You either got to replace them or you got to add new things in your life and keep it moving. We don't have time to sit back and feel some kind of way about the things that we lost. If we're losing loved ones, then we got to grieve, but the grieving got to be brief because it's hard out here. Okay?
yeah,
It's hard out here. Ain't nobody playing any games. That's why I said the only strong men should be married. All these weak ass niggas, these pump and dump for punks, cats like Red Pill Supreme, they ain't got no business in a relationship with a female. These are not men that can lead anything. If you want to be a family man, if you're a man that's going to get married, you have to be you have to be a leader. You have to be hardcore. Your woman should want to follow you willingly. You shouldn't have to tell your woman to follow you. See, that's how you can tell if you're a natural leader or not, or if you're good at it, right? Your woman will follow you automatically without you saying a word.
yeah.
That's how you can tell. Yeah. If I come walking through a place and Dame is there, they ain't gonna follow me. You know why? Because I'm a natural leader. I ain't gotta say, Dame, follow me. She's gonna follow me automatically. Because she knows I can lead.
Exactly.
So you guys with all this incel shit, they need to cut that shit out, put the pipe down, get you some manhood. I suggest y'all go to the gym and start getting into some get into the ring, get your ass whooped a couple of times. Start toughening yourself up. All this little wussy shit, cut it out. You gotta sound like punks. Women this, women that. The women didn't let me do this. The women didn't let me do that. Man, y'all need to get in the ring and get your ass whooped a few times so you can get tough. I suggest y'all start going to the gym, pick up the boxing gloves, start doing some man shit. Get into a couple of fights. Learn how to throw a punch, learn how to take a punch. Start doing some man shit. Leave this girly shit alone. I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It is some weak dudes out here. I can't argue with that one.
No.
It
I have to
is
listen,
too many out there. I
man.
can't argue with that with bro speed because there's too many. They be whining about some stuff, man. I'm just like,
Man, I was listening to something yesterday. The woman said like she didn't agree with uh how something was handled, not disrespecting the guy or anything. Dude was just going off on her, just off the rip, and I'm like, is is it that bad out here? And it's like, God damn, man, I can't see how you talking about you married, but a woman says something you don't like, you going off. I'm not talking about just hey, I don't agree with that. I mean going off, and I'm like, damn. But you're supposed to be showing that you're patriarchy.
yeah, that's
But
like a
she
trigger.
said something. She said
Somebody
something
put
like
something to
you
her.
going off on her, calling her all kinds of. I like, wow. And this is supposed to be a representation of patriarchy, manhood, bro. That dog don't hunt. But yeah, like Max is saying, I mean, you can't you can't dispute what he's saying because a lot of these dudes sound like you complain about women 24/7. What they do, what they don't do. I'm like, hey, you don't have no power to stop them. That's why I don't even talk about telling women what to do and all that because again, it goes back to power. If you don't got no power, especially over yourself, what the hell are you gonna tell a woman? Why would she listen to you? Why would she follow you? And like Max said, when you say, hey, come on, let's go, the woman should be like, no questions, going. Even if you leading them to goofy stuff, the fact that she finds you as the leader, she'll follow you because she respects and admires you to the point where she knows you, even if it don't look right to her, it's kind of goofy. It might not be where it should be. She know you're gonna make it work. A lot of these dudes don't have that.
I'm gonna say something. This happened in my own life,
Right.
and so this just my experience. But this was the older generation before me. But like you said, that weakness. But yeah, this is one of the things that I disrespected I did not respect about my own father because he literally said, I heard him say this. He was like, what did he say? He's like, why should I go working when they'll give her money for free? I was like, what the fuck? This nigga. When I was little young, I was just like, what the fuck? If certain guys had that kind of mindset, my father was one. And he's submitted to that crap. You know, sending the girl down there pretending like y'all wasn't together and just so she can get some welfare and you can sit up there and live off of her. So it's like, you know, it's like if a woman, let's say that was true in some cases where, like you said, the woman told this particular individual to get out the house because I gotta have my welfare. Okay, let's say that happened to be true here or there. Maybe that dude was so weak. She was like, welfare or this guy? She was like, which it's not, it must have not been a hard choice because this guy probably, like I said,
One
that
shit.
actually happened in my own life. And I have to admit that that was my father. Who I love my father, but that was the big problem that I had with him. I was like, dude, he said he used to say weak stuff like that. And it really does not. I don't know. Some of these guys think they're being smart, or I don't know what they're thinking, but you're not gaining. You're not respectable. You're not something that people can respect or can follow. And a lot of times these guys don't even know that. They think, oh yeah, we're gonna beat the system. We gonna they probably think they're doing something slick. But in the eyes of their own family, it's like, dude, that's a sucker move. Like,
You're weak.
ugh.
My
No.
the reason, like I said, my oldest brother and his baby mama, I call her my sister-in-law, but they were never married. The reason why they didn't marry, because she didn't want to get rid of welfare. Well, the reason why she didn't want to get rid of the welfare, because my brother was on drugs. He wasn't dependable. It was so bad. My mother begged her, leave my brother. He is no good for you. Leave my brother. Leave him. You calling here every time about him. Why don't you just leave? She would not leave him alone. She even got into an argument with my mother over my brother. And when my brother died, my oldest brother, he passed away. I mean, he just dropped dead. Those drugs messed up his body so bad. He had a cardiac arrest. Died in front of my apartment. My brother tried to save him. He couldn't do it. Um, they still thought that my brother had something. My brother didn't have anything. He didn't have no insurance. He didn't have nothing. And the music they was his children thought that he had, the girlfriend he was staying with had that. That was her stuff. She was just taking it back. Now, do you think that was somebody that should be followed and respected? You let me, if you didn't know that my brother was their father, you wouldn't even know that that was his son and his
And
their
that
daughter,
different,
because
right?
they go by their mother's last name. They don't go by my last name.
What's the value of the son? Yeah, does he act like the daddy?
Uh no, he's doing good. I mean, he had his baby mamas, but he's not on here complaining about women like that. He's doing his thing. He's been doing different things. He's doing something, which is more than I can say for his father, my brother. He's doing stuff. He's trying to elevate every time I see him. He's doing something different. He's trying to do better, which is more than I can say for his father. That's the thing. A lot of these dudes who come up here and they crying and talking about this, you're not doing anything worthy of. I You don't have to ask for respect. They should be already getting it from the jump. I never had to. I had more people say, "Why don't you do supervisor? Why don't we'll listen to you before we'll listen to them." I didn't ask that. They told me that. People I've had dudes who were actual supervisors saying like, I respect you because you come to work and you do your business and you handle up. I don't have to ask you for nothing. I mean, all I got to tell you, hey, do this, and you do it. You can't do that with these dudes who be whining online. You can't act. hey, do this, or hey, I need this done, they're gonna be whining and complaining. And then you will, and then if you say something they don't like, they want to go off on you on some like, and it's like it's embarrassing. And you be like, as a man, listen to this. It's like, why the hell am I trying to um why would I even want to talk to the women? Why would I want to talk to the women about what? What can I tell them um to try to change them if these dudes are acting like this? Why would they respect them? I mean, I can understand Mama Rain in the chat room saying, "Yeah, I'm asking questions too." I get all that, but because a lot of these dudes are not leaders, they're not trying to be leaders. They're not trying to be respected. They just trying to be either hated or liked. That's all they are. Is they trying to get validation one way or the other. They're not trying to get respect. They're not trying to get it for power, because that's the thing. If you got power, they're gonna respect you regardless. But they don't want to. They don't see that. All they see is if I whine and complain and shame and blame these women enough, they'll pay attention to me.
Hey,
They're,
check this.
they're the most attention, you know what's more than the goddamn Instagram models. It's
Hey,
fucking
check this out.
embarrassing.
A lot of times, these guys don't understand. Like, that's what I'm saying. People, I guess, I don't know. Are these the type of guys? You know, you always had that youngest kid who was spoiled and always went and told mama and stuff. I'm thinking that that's that guy who grew up. It's like probably like 10,000, 100,000 of them out here like whining. They like the
Hmm.
spoiled kid who used to always go tell instead of solving the problem. You know what I'm saying? Figuring out how to solve the problem with his own wits and coming up with a plan. And the
They
thing
don't have
is,
somebody to punch them in the chest like, hey, that's
well, yeah,
stupid.
that's just what, like you said, Max was like, they not, that's how they solve problems. Slick thinking, trying to do little stuff that's not respectable, that it's not able to be respected. And they don't even see this. And see, that's the thing is with the lady in your life, it's like just like Mama Ray said, I'm gonna ask questions. Well, see, with the lady in your life, one of the benefits of a good any just a characteristic of not male leadership, just leadership. Period. It's just a technique. It's effective communication. It's like the lady in your life, she already know what's up. So it's
Hmm.
like she know. It's like she pretty much know all the circumstances. So the questions, she know it because she right there.
Right.
So it's just like who's gonna have the energy to move us here or there. That's kind of what the decision making point portion is, and that's coming up together. But then she'll be like, okay, what's on? What are you thinking? And then that's when the decision gets made. So everything is pretty much understood. So it's easy. It's not, what I mean. So it's not even to the point where they got to really ask a question per se because they know like every detail. They
Right.
just move with it because they see, okay, this is what we got to deal with based upon all the information here that I'm aware of. They're right there aware of every single thing. So that's the thing. A lot of guys be trying to keep little secrets and stuff. That causes suspicion. That causes distrust. And then that's why they be having all these little silly arguments with the woman because they're trying to keep a secret and all this little crazy stuff.
They don't want to show that they.
Right.
It's the
You
funniest
don't trust
thing.
me. You don't trust me.
Just, you don't trust me? You don't trust me? No, because you don't show no reason to trust you. You're doing goofy shit. I'm like, look, when the times when my ex just trusted me because I showed that I know what I'm doing. Now, when I showed that I didn't know what I'm doing, that's where I got the most questions. And with the no, we're not doing that. because I didn't show that I was trustworthy. I didn't show that I could be a leader. And that's the sad part, is that these guys don't understand. You have to show that you know what you're doing. You're not going to get the questions. The only time you will probably get questions, if you really know what you're doing, if it is something that is just out of the realm of what you've been doing. And
Right.
then that's where the women will be asking questions.
Yeah,
But
baby. I see this investment. I'm gonna sign the house over. Nigga,
right.
what?
Like, wait,
What are you
we
talking
just
about?
moved. We're gonna move to Alaska,
What the
but you
fuck?
live in Georgia.
Nigga,
What?
what is your problem? You know what I'm saying?
What we doing here?
Ask me. I didn't know nothing about this. You done already made the decision. Now she's
Hmm.
feeling disrespected. You know, those are the kind of stuff
Yeah,
we.
yeah.
Like,
I remember what my mother was dating this guy. They were dating for a little while, and he was like, "Hey, why don't your son, move to Alaska with me?" I looked at my mom like, "Why would we want to move to Alaska? It's cold. I don't like cold weather. What are he talking about?" Luckily, we did not go to Alaska. I'm like, "Go to Alaska. It's cold. You crazy. I'm not doing that shit." I mean, I'll be out your mind. But that's the thing. Is like, if you really was out there, and they trusted your judgment, they will do that. They might have some questions, but if it's just out of, like I said, out of the realm of what you've been doing, yeah, they're gonna ask some questions. They're gonna be like, yeah, I mean, you ask questions, and that's what you
you can
want. You
expect
want
that. You can
somebody. You
expect
don't want somebody to be a blind
it.
follower. You
Exactly.
want somebody to, hey, they're gonna question you, and if they see that you're going down the wrong road, yeah, they're gonna pull you back. Hey, 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 this might not be the best move. You want that. When some of these dudes talk, it's like you want somebody to just follow you blindly. But again, if you haven't shown that you are an effective leader, you haven't shown that where your decision making is on point, nobody's going to follow you like that. And you know, it's like I wouldn't even want nobody to just blindly follow me. That's insane. That's why I haven't taken the supervisor job, because I'm like, no, it's there's certain people who are good leaders. There's certain people who are, you know, I just don't think that
It's an
personal.
organic thing to me.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. But you know
it's
what?
not
Yeah.
like the way people describe this stuff. It's kind of, it makes it look like some kingdom and some kind of jail thing. It's like a real organic thing. It's not something
Mhm.
like, oh well, I am the designated, this, and you are to obey me because of this section, in this bylaw, this or that, or whatever. It's just like, it just ends up being a certain way. It's just,
Yeah. It should be natural.
nobody feels slighted. Nobody's trying to demean anybody. It's just like, if you, that's how it should probably be, where people just need to feel natural, not disrespected. Like, you should be proud of the intelligence of this, of both groups of people. Nobody should be competing with, oh no, I have to show that I'm the leader here. You know, I have to show that I'm the leader here. All that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's not important. But then at sometimes though, but at the same time now, we know this for a fact that at sometimes when I know this, I say I know. I don't gonna put it on everybody, but I know sometimes women get very frustrated over a certain situation, or certain 10 situations, and you'd be like, just they just want you to handle it, right? I don't know if everybody experienced that. They just be like, y'all, you need to deal with that, and
Yep.
that's that's part of leadership as well. Just taking responsibility to solve problems.
Hmm.
That's kind of what I look at it as. It's not about some kind of the way people describe this stuff is kind of, this anyway. But anyway, I'm about to get out of here, guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hitting up a good subject. But yeah, I think it's just to answer the question as far as the panel title is. I just think spouse material to me, is you got to respect the person, like literally respect them, and and actually admire them, and that, and they should just have a habit of doing things that's able to be respected. Something that you can actually respect and honor, not something that's just kind of not really something that you're compatible with. I'll say it that way. So it's up to the person, and everybody's raised differently. So it's your compatibility. Somebody who you don't feel no kind of way when they have access to the money or the resources. It don't matter, because it's like, this is somebody who you respect. It's not somebody that you looking sideways at. So I think that's my little final comment on that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to peace out, guys.
All right.
All right, Superman.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I know I haven't been speaking much. I've been trying to run, but I already said most of it last night about the spouse thing. I think the questions that we kind of present is when you get to the level in the relationship you want to make that person your spouse, or you want to be their spouse. Um, you should ask some of these questions to get to know in a deeper level. Some things that need to be asked that don't get asked. You know, and wait till they end the marriage, and then there's issues, there's fighting, and it becomes a point of contention, and then next thing you know, they divorce. Um, so that's what it was. It wasn't really trying to tell guys, which woman they should choose. It's just that when you at the point where you are making this person your spouse, or even the women, men, women, yeah. When you want to make this person your spouse, there's another level of questions, another level of discussion, or that you gotta talk about things that are hard, things that concern, things you should think about. And as for, oh, go ahead, bro, speak.
No, you can go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Mm. And as for the Roe versus Wade thing, um, I don't think it's really gonna change with us. It's not. Um, it's gonna. It might change the way certain people move, or might make them think. But I don't think it's really gonna change, because most of that was about another entire ethnic group. Um, Now there is an issue with the Plan B that some women are not happy about. Um, but and maybe it'll make the men start thinking more, since they weren't thinking before. They think, oh, I persuade her to have an abortion. Hey, that's not on the table no more. Uh-huh. So you better do the things you need to do to keep from having the baby. But it also might be a surge up a little bit, because that is an option that's taken off the table. But I'm more worried about the ones that are desperate, going into some back alley area, and it works. If women are dying from BBLs, and all these weird plastic surgeries that they want to do are dangerous in some cases. Going to another country, back alleys, well, another country's back alley. Um, what you think is going to happen with an abortion? So, but then again, there are statistics that show when abortion is illegal, the black women go down. No, do you realize you're putting your life in some serious danger going that route? Oh, hey, BMT.
Hey, BMT. Um, yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I said earlier, I think yeah, the people who care about their future, it might give them pause, but the people who don't give a fuck, um, they just gonna continue to do what they do. As far as like what you were saying about the men and about the abortions, I just think that they just gonna find another way. I mean, that's just what it's gonna be.
Mhm.
Do I think violence is going to go up against women because of it? I mean, violence has been going up against women regardless, whether they change Roe v's way or not. It's still going to go up because you got a lot of dudes out here who are angry with life, angry with everybody, and they just going to violence on people regardless. So I don't think that's going to change anything. Um, the other, there was somebody in the chat was saying that marriage is a partnership, not a leadership. I mean, who was saying that it was a leadership? Um, I'm trying to get who was saying that. Nobody said that. I do think that you do have a leader. There should be a leader, but like I said, it has to be natural. You know, if it's not natural, if you're following a script, yeah, it's going to fail because it's not something natural to you. You should naturally want to be a leader, and and on the same token, the women want to be natural followers or something like that. It should be natural. If it's not natural, if you don't just naturally want marriage, why are you getting into it? There's no need for it because you're going to doom yourself. So I think like Super Mike was saying, this people get into this stuff. They know deep inside they don't really want to be married. They don't really want to be with someone long term like that. They're doing it off of either society or they're seen as the to get the bag. These studies they're saying, well, men live longer and all kind of goofy stuff like that. If it's not something you want to do, it's not going to work. Period. And you have to want this particular person. You want to be in this relationship. You want this man to lead. You want to be a follower of him or take the reins if something happens with him. You have to want that naturally. If you don't want that naturally, it's not going to work. You're going to have a nice wedding if you got the money, but the marriage ain't gonna be worth anything because it's not something natural that you want to do. That's why I did that video. I said, "Do you really want to be men? Do you really want to be married because you wanted to, or there's something some society told you should do? Your family should do. Family told you should do. Same with the women. Is it something that your family told you wanted to do that you should do, or God or whatever, religion, culture, or is it something that you truly wanted to do? And I think a lot of people never ask that question. They just did it because, well, we've been together a certain amount of years, we might as well get married, or, you know, this is what my mom did, my dad did, parents, grandparents. Well, I guess I should do it too. I don't think people ask those questions of themselves. And so when they get into this, then all of a sudden they in it a year, two in, 3 years, whatever. Then they ask this question, why did I get married? No, you're supposed to ask that before, and I think that's what it is. And that's why I think a lot of these relationships, these marriages don't last long because nobody really asked that question. They're just doing it robotically. And then you have pressures. I remember like my coworkers, male and female. Are you married? No, no, I got divorced. Don't you want to get married again? If it happens, it happens. Well, why? I'm like, well, are y'all trying to marry me off? What we doing here? What we doing? That's the same thing with the kids. It's like, you have kids? No. Do you want kids? Well, if it happens, it happens. Well, why? What do you mean, why? What is this? What are we doing here? Why are you look like I've had women like, well, why you don't have no kids? Don't you want kids? I'm like, are you offering to have my baby or something? What are we doing here? I should have said that, but I didn't think I could get away with it. I didn't
Yeah.
want to
But then what
see.
should you do? She says yes.
That would have been an instant. I should, you know what? If I wasn't so concerned about seeing HR in the morning after saying that, I would say, "Look, are you offering? What we doing here? I mean, we can get a room after work. I mean, but I don't think I could get away with that. I know somebody who could, but I couldn't.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You guys got to be extra careful. We were like, well, she brought it up. I was asking her a question. She asked me a question. I asked her a question. She asked me a question. I answered. She asked me why, and I'm like, why are you asking? You offering to have my baby? Is there something that's in that screams father? He should be a father. I think sometimes it do. I had similar situations with a bunch of relatives, family, friends. I'm one of the few in my group that don't have kids, whether it's in my age group, family, friends, classmates, uh, and it's like, why you don't have kids? Cause I'm not married. And I say, you don't have to get married to have kids. I said, yeah, I know you can have kids without being married, but not me. I'm having kids. If I'm having a kid, it's gonna be married because I'm not raising this kid by myself. If I end up doing, you're gonna be your primary. He's gonna have the kid. I'm gonna be the weekend mom. And it's like you're joking. I'm like, no, I'm serious. Man makes a mistake and make me his baby mama, he better be prepared to be with the child 24/7. I said, and they brought up my mom. Your mom wouldn't accept that. I said, well, then it's gonna be custody fight between her and him, not between me and him. In fact, I even told before he became my ex, because he was talking about, I want you to have my baby. I said, I hope you prepare to have that baby strapped with you everywhere you go. And he's like, what you mean? I said, when you go to play basketball with your friends, the baby's gonna be strapped right there with you. The baby's gonna be a daddy's girl or a daddy's boy.
Shoot, I think the manager would love you. They're like, hey, they won't let us see the kids. Well, you got a woman
That's
say, make sure
now,
so
if
they
they were
can have
being
the kid.
honest that they want the kid, yeah, they would love me. But think
Yeah,
about it. I said I'm gonna be the weekend mom. They're gonna be primary. That means they have to be with the child five days out of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be the weekend and every other holiday month.
You know damn well they don't want that. You know, there was a story on Deborah Cooper's channel, and she was talking about how this one lady got pregnant, right? And she told the guy she didn't want to have the baby, but he insisted that she does have the baby. So she had the baby. She turned around, gave him the baby, gave him some formula, gave him some Pampers, put herself on child support, and started sending him $500 a month. And he was so mad at her. He was like, she just left me with the baby and she left. So it's not about that. They want to control you. That's what it is. They want to have access to you. They
Yeah.
want you to have the baby, and they want to, talk their rhetoric and speak like they're victims, right? And then come and go as they please. And I'm not saying all men, but I'm saying a good portion of them want to do that. They need to have something to complain to their boys about. They need to bond over something. And you're
Mhm.
taking it away from them.
Yeah,
They they they
because
need they
the
probably
rest of
need
the
to bond,
manosphere
man.
said, "Man, you're a lucky dude. She not only gave you the baby, she's paying $500 a month child support.
Yeah,
You winning, dude. You winning."
yeah. You winning. You ain't got to worry about her. She ain't bothering you. Yeah, you got the kid. You won, and you still whining. Come on, dog. Stop it. Like, come on, man. Shit, I could not be. One of the reasons, like I said, with me and my ex, like we wasn't having children because of a lot of the health risks with her, and I didn't want to be a single father. So we put off um, having children because we were worried about her health. Yeah, because that's a big thing for me. I didn't want to be a single father. I just think that's
Mm-hmm.
I
Wish
didn't I
more
wasn't
men were
prepared
like
for it.
that.
Huh?
I said, I wish more men were like that. I don't want to be a single father, so I
I
put it off. I did whatever I had to do, make sure not to crate.
Yeah, that's because, well, like I said, one of the things that my mother, the only thing like with relationships that my mom instilled in me, don't get her pregnant. That's the only thing she ever told me. How to deal with women like that, she never taught me that. All she taught me, don't get them pregnant, and I stuck by that. So when I got into with my when I got married and stuff, that was the biggest one of the biggest things in relationship. I didn't want to get married because I mean not married. I mean I didn't want to have a child because I didn't want to be a single father because she might die because she had a high risk of dying because of her health reasons. But
Mm-hmm.
eventually, I kind of caved in towards the end. But we didn't have children because I think it's the medicines she was taking. It could have been me. I never, but I still think it was the medicine that she was taking. But I think but yeah, a lot of dudes don't think like that, and and then they want to be like, yeah, why don't they just give it to the child, to the father? Yeah, how many of y'all really, really want to be on that? Do you really want to do that? You're just saying stuff. I I mean, some dudes, I do believe some dudes would take on the responsibility and won't have no problem with that. But some of these dudes who talking on here, nah, I don't think so. I agree with Sharlene on that. I'm like, yeah, I don't really think you really about that life, bro. But hey, BMT,
Hey, what's going on? Hey, hi, Dane.
Hey, BMT.
Hi, Charlene.
Hey,
Oh, Charlene don't want to
BMT.
talk to me.
We meet again. I
Charlene,
talked to you earlier. I
Charlene, we
talked to you
divorced. You ran out
earlier.
on me for the last time. We're divorced.
I did not ran out on you, but now you meet up with me here.
Yep. But hey guys. Um, Okay, so the conversation is the Roe versus Wade. Is I make sure I'm looking at that correctly.
Mhm.
I think I already put out my stance on that. That it's pretty much it's going to be a negative repercussion that's going to affect us, as especially as men, men and well women definitely. But I already said I'm not for that. I'm not for the government ever getting involved with that of human or people's reproductive process or rights. Other men are saying like this is the win, but I'm saying, dude, this is going to hurt a lot of you men. Um, Women are going to find a way. Before there was the doctor clinic, there was at home, and women will find a way. If they want to have that child, they'll have that child. No matter what, a woman will be the first one to know that she's pregnant before you will. She will always be the first one. And I've never seen a man find out a woman pregnant before 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 a woman. I've never seen it. So
Only one
it's
that's living with her and monitoring her calendar, watching her
right.
like a hawk.
Right. It's impossible. And I listen. I pretty much have a PhD on baby making. So it, you ain't
Hmm.
finding out a damn thing before that woman. And if that woman don't want to have the child, there's other ways of not saying it's right for miscarriage. Uh, so she has to want, and then she had the baby. We'll say she gonna want to take care of the baby. Postpartum depression for women is real,
Mm-hmm.
and this is not me placating, but I'm being holistically true. When my listen, when my twins were born, uh, their mom wasn't all there. I'm not, and this is not me shaming or anything, but this is a realistic thing for a lot of women. If the
Mm-hmm.
mother's not holistically there, not saying that she doesn't, she loves her daughters, but some women, listen, it's a life and death thing. I'm sure the women on the panel can understand of that of a child. That's why they always have another woman around or somebody around that can help her find her bearings back to life. It's just one of those things, and and so it's just one of those situations you got to be very mindful of. Uh, a man will never have the full on uh, rights of advocacy as a woman will have. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Paternal leave is not something that men holistically get. That's that toward the mother and the child for them to have their bonding, them to actually get a feel for each other. The baby is dependent on that woman. So this ain't like no, hey, woman drop the baby off, she can come back to work. She can't just do that. She got to heal up stitches and all that stuff. Now, this thing where they're saying that it's a violation of HIPAA on the highest form. I don't think a lot of men, if you ain't comfortable with people looking at your penis resume or what goes on with you behind closed doors, imagine that for a woman that somebody's telling her what to do with her womb. Like, it's going to get real messy. It's going to get real messy. You know,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. There's there's gonna be starvation of the sexual exchange. There might be. I might try to look into investing in sex toys. Because I think there's
oh
gonna be a
yeah,
surge in
they
that.
got some pretty good sex toys.
Yeah, there's gonna be a surge in the sex toys. There's gonna be a surge in young women who are going to refuse to date or get involved. No, 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 no. The risk is too much. I like you and all, but the risk is too much. It'll be coffee dates for the rest. It ain't gonna progress. There won't be no Netflix and chill because I was at least a little too close to the bed. I don't want to lead you on because I ain't doing it because I'm not risking getting pregnant.
Right. And see the thing about it was I think Sharlene came on Dane.
Mm-hmm.
Um I was saying like listen, me and the show talking about how there's not that much there's not that much. Like they were already slowing down with contraceptives. I'm sure women probably noticed that they were
Mhm.
already slowing down with contraceptives
Yeah.
for So they were already planning something that they slowing down with contraceptives for getting. Now this is interesting. They're not putting out baby formula like that, but they want the women to have kids. But they're slowing down on the output of baby formula. So how is that helping if there's not as much baby formula? Like a can of baby formula wood is like $35 a can.
Mhm.
And that's not even the good shit. Excuse my
No.
language. But that's not that I'm telling y'all right now, baby formula is expensive, y'all. That baby will be eating and pooping and screaming for a good few weeks to for a good few weeks to a month. And that's depending on if it has irritable bowel or some shit, or it can probably push stuff out. And I know I used to be there with the big I used to be
Mhm.
there with my child when they couldn't properly poop. You know, that's another thing. I know a lot of men that like to go change diapers.
No, this is some real stuff you gotta do when you have a baby.
Mhm.
Now
You
you
know,
better hope the woman could produce the milk. Like you better hope.
Yeah, because not every woman can produce milk, or not enough milk, or they produce
no.
that first day or two after birth, and then nothing.
Hey, BNT, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, man.
With this whole baby formula shortage, was that predicted? People saw this coming, or this just came out of nowhere?
Uh, Here's the thing. Uh, Women were talking. See, here's the thing about it. Women were talking about it from both sides. Women were talking about it from both sides of the political scale. From all of them were talking about like, hey, but see, nobody listened to the women when they were saying that. Like, hey, there's no baby formula.
Mm,
Republican, Democrat, liberal, don't matter. Whatever Tea Party, Independent, they all were saying, hey, there's no baby formula like that. Believe it or not, everybody's saying, "Oh, go natural, go natural, go natural." But and this is me, maybe because I have time to watch stuff. A lot of women can't just produce breast milk like that so easily. No matter if you get them cookies, no matter if they're doing everything right, they just can't. They all can't do it. So this fictitious dream that everybody just say just have a baby. You, you don't know what it's gonna do. Mine's had gestational diabetes. I know some of the women understand what that is. That shit changes a woman.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Again, gestational diabetes that can affect you long term. You
Mhm.
know, and I'm not doxing anything. See, but I'm just trying to let the men or people out there understand that our men. I think the women already understand who are mothers, but there's a lot of stuff like when they get told complication. I can understand you when you said that. What you said, like, hey, like that was a realistic thing that even I was told one time, like, hey, like, yeah, I'm just doing the show. I'm just doing the show. Like, so I was told by my kid's mom, like, hey, like, I gotta, like, I remember, okay, like, we was having an argument on one time. She was like, Joe, I can't keep fighting and arguing with you because I can be at risk of losing the baby. Now that's a real thing. Now so some dudes be wondering like, damn, the woman stopped dealing with me. But you gotta understand, if she knows that, hey, if I keep fighting or arguing or have a stressful environment, I will lose that baby. So when people be wondering
Mhm.
why women have miscarriages, stress is a big cause of miscarriages. A real big cause. If the woman is not in her right mind, she will lose that kid. She
Mhm.
will lose a kid. I can tell you right now. I lost two children. So that's why they try to put a woman in the least stressful environment. But however, women still this day and age have been going to work even while they're pregnant.
yeah,
Mhm.
I got
You
coworkers. Man, you
know
see
what
the
I'm saying?
bellies like out to here. They still come to work. You know,
I just didn't know if y'all want to hear. I
Sometimes
just
it's just a necessity.
right? Yeah, and I'm like, I'd be scared because it's like, man, just one punch,
No,
they'd be gone.
no,
Oh,
it's cool. No, no, you're fair in saying that. Like a lot of people at workspaces are very aware of when a woman is at the work site and they're like, hey, sit down. Like you ain't supposed to be standing that long, or hey, you know it. Like stop doing what you're doing. Like you know what I'm saying.
Or they try to
Like
put him on light duty.
yeah,
Uh,
well, I know where we are. They put them in places where they ain't got to move around and they're close to a bathroom, so they can just go to the bathroom without us having to come relieve them from the spot. On and yeah, I just be
but see,
scared for
here's the
me.
thing about it.
Scared.
So you hear the talking point that well, okay, so women are getting abortions. Most women don't even know holistically when they are pregnant until like a few months later on down the line. I'm just being honest. Like it's like literally, some women they're not holistically in tune with their body. They won't know. Like it's and I mean
Well,
that's
it depends. It depends on the person. I say it depends on who you're procreating with. Because
okay.
if that person's sperm is not like a good match to your body, like I mean, you still will produce a baby, but it will take a lot of energy out of you. And I I'm just saying, like you get to feel tired, and then sometimes you're hungry, and then
Probably
you
nasty.
eat certain food, and you lose your appetite. Like sometimes you have hunger pains, and then sometimes you throw up. Like I feel like the first 3 months is the worst months, so you could tell when something is off with your body. Some women, some, but some, like you said, like if the sperm is compatible and everything is going good, like you won't know until you're like 3, 4 months in.
Wow.
yeah,
Uh,
but I thought
so
BMT was talking about before, even when abortion was legal, in some of the states, it's 6 weeks.
Right.
You can't have an abortion past the 6 week mark.
A
And
lot of women
most
don't know back
women
then.
don't know by that time, or they just might be finding out if they lucky. If their menstrual is very sensitive, or they monitor it very closely. You
Yeah,
know,
6 weeks is too soon. Like, yeah, you won't know because think about it. Your period ain't come the next month. So you telling me I got 2 weeks to figure out if I'm pregnant or not. And then even if you go to the clinic, right? Sometimes they can't book you until a week later or 2 weeks later. So how was that fair? It
Well,
works
see,
against the
and
woman.
I was gonna ask, like, going back to the whole with the baby formula and women naturally um, giving milk. Do you think that like the stresses and the diets also contribute to the fact that some of these women can't produce milk like that? Because I remember there was a story that Information Man did about this one woman where the issue was she was breastfeeding, but she didn't provide enough of the nutrients. The baby was missing, like, I think it was uh, B plus something. So they
mhm.
were they had to give her the baby a shot so that the B vitamin would be on point. But I think so. Would that contribute also to the fact that they're not producing the breast milk because of the stresses of life and the diets?
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
I
that
just
that that could be because I've seen that with my cousin. When she was breastfeeding, I noticed that even though the baby was fidgeting to breastfeed, wouldn't feed right away. But as soon as her mama got through eating food, she practically jumped on her mama. And I was like, okay, why is she jumping on her mama right after she, when she initially woke up, she was ready to eat and she suckled a little bit and then she didn't want, but she stayed quiet and fidgety. She either minorly fidget, but she stayed quiet. But as soon as her mom got through eating, she jumped on her. There's a difference. The nutrients from the food her mom was taking in was going into the breast milk, and so she was getting all she needed at that time. her mom was, was doing a little too much, so she wasn't monitoring her diet as closely as she was when she was pregnant. And I was like, you need to watch what you eat. You need to eat more and stuff like that, because I wasn't the only one that was seeing it. It was other family members that were seeing it too. When we came in contact, how the baby would react.
So I would say this, and that, like I said, man, the a woman body is very interesting. And from shout out to our shout out to the doctor, Dr. Gleason. She has educated many men. Even I went to a parenting class. Yes, men could go to a parenting class. Um, Women's bodies do interesting things. It's there is no such thing as one shoe fits all. I know people
Mhm.
like BNT, you're a man. How do you know all this shit? Well, guess what? I got kids. So yes, I sat in that damn class and I wanted to know what the hell was going on. This woman was acting normal. So I wanted to know what was going on. So the OBGYN was kind enough to say, hey, I got a class for some of the men, if you want to know. And I went there. I happened to go there even when her husband was there. So we both sat in there and we both went through that fine class through colors. And I feel a lot more. My heart definitely goes out because I've lost children, and two, I wanted to know everything that goes on in my house. Um,
Yeah.
it's a very serious thing, especially for women. Like sometimes it don't even have to be stressful. Sometimes their bodies just can't do it, or their bodies have certain ways of, hey, I have to make milk around 3 p.m. right now, or I got to do this. And sometimes if the mother and the child are adept with each other, which this is why it's important for them to have that bonding. Then they're going to know, okay, hey, she's eating. It's time for me to eat. This is the best time I can get the milk while it's flowing nicely through that nipple. You know, um, let them have their bonding. Let them have their bonding. I would probably say everybody's different. Food, depending on what the woman eats, how her environment is, it can definitely dictate. A healthy environment is a lot more easier for her to be able to maneuver versus that of a dangerous, toxic environment or a more dangerous environment. Some women, and the women can correct me if I'm wrong about this, don't feel safe sometimes. Sometimes, I'm not going to say all the time, do not always feel safe in telling the men that they're dealing with that they're pregnant. If I'm wrong about that, the women can correct me. Some women do not feel safe, but they think it can be a dangerous environment or situation for them. So,
Mm.
and their physician will ask them, "Do you feel safe? Do you feel safe?" Because they know, hey, she could be in a predicament.
Yeah.
It's not always happy go lucky yays and nays. When a woman tells a man that she's pregnant, I know we like to believe that,
Mm.
but sometimes she knows that she tells the man that she's pregnant. A, this man might change up and leave her.
Mhm.
Or B, something worse. You know. Yeah.
BMT, your sound went out. We can't hear you. You was on to something. Well, hopefully you come back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's tough out there, and like, and it could be anything. Like you said, it could be anything why the mother can't produce the breast milk that she needs.
Mhm.
And,
Or it could be a case of is not convenient, or it could be some physical
right.
situation with the breast. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
asked my mom about it because I wasn't breastfed. I was formula, and then turned out I was allergic to the formula, and the doctor put me on goat's milk. Um, and I asked my mom, okay, well, why couldn't you breastfeed me? Just out of curiosity, she had something was called an inverted nipple, and then she just didn't produce enough milk.
Mm, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I was just curious because I'm like when I heard that short there's a baby formula shortage. I'm like, where the hell this come out of nowhere? I'm like,
The first
I
time I
never
heard
heard.
of it is during the COVID in 2019. But I thought paper was just going berserk stocking up. But there was complaints then. Hey, they out of formula. Uh, uh, and uh, and and the first formula goal is of course the cheaper form, depending on the person. One girl was concerned because her child required a special formula, and she's like, "Oh, thank goodness, this store has it," and stuff like that. It's a little higher, but I rather have it, pay more and have it because his was a special formula. I think that was the reason why there was still some. I said that's probably why there was still some. His formula specialized for his condition. Is That was the first I heard of it around 2019 when they were shutting down the states for COVID. But as I said, I thought people were just going berserk stocking up. But then I was still hearing the complaints after we started opening back up. So like, okay, why is there still a complaint? Where's these formulas coming from? Because I can understand, I understood that we was having trouble getting stuff that was from out of the country. But as far as I knew, the formulas weren't being made out of the country. Let's see. Dirty Farmer said the baby formula shortage is probably the best thing to happen in a while. That generation gonna be smarter and stuff because of breast milk. Yes, if they can be if they can be breastfeed. If they on formula, the mother either could not or did not breastfeed by this time her breast milk is gone. So the child is on formula. Now, those that's going to be born now or the next few months, maybe because now we're really starting to feel it. Every time I go down the baby section in the stores, the formulas they used to take like let me see, uh, two whole shelves from top to bottom. Now it's just half a shelf, and then the bulk of them are all gone. It's certain specialty formulas that's still out there, and and they just disappearing as soon as they get on the shelf. You know, even the more expensive brand of formulas are disappearing off the shelf. Hmm.
Wow, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
yeah.
that's for the children that are here right now. I don't think they'll be able to get breast milk. It's gonna be the new ones coming up if their mothers are paying attention. I'm dealing with a young mother. Um, Gotta talk to her. Cause she's trying to decide whether she should stock up now, but she got like about 6 more months before her baby's due, and she's just trying to decide should she stock up now while there's still formula, cause she's not gonna breastfeed because she's working now and she never really was comfortable with breastfeeding. But then again, her child had some medical issues, so he he wasn't she wasn't able to breastfeed him anyhow.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah, but I would say that you know I don't know Dirty Ramen to be honest because I'm like if we see the lifestyle that people are living right now, uh, I don't know if not having formula is going to be a good thing because how people living right now. You got the women who are working, they're going to work.
Hmm.
They still in a stressful environment, even if you're going to work, and it could be extra stressful depending on the job that you got and how they eating and sleeping, and I mean, there's so many factors for them not to be healthy enough to where this baby come in, even if they able to breastfeed, that milk might not have enough nutrients in it to sustain the baby, and now they got to go get shots and all kinds of stuff. And,
You,
I don't know.
you want? I was trying to tell Big J. I was trying to tell Big J or some of the dudes, and this is something. And I'm gonna let Dame and Charlene tell you right now. How does the job feel about hiring a pregnant woman? How does a job feel about hiring a pregnant woman? Is
They
that
won't.
something that, huh?
They they don't want to. A lot of pregnant women don't
Oh,
even let
well,
the job know they're pregnant. They let the people
why,
think they're
wait, wait,
pregnant
why not? Why not? Why wouldn't they
because they
let them?
won't get hired.
Now that's crazy. Now hold on. Now that's
Hmm.
crazy. But let's say you know you're about to get a really good job that could pay start you out at 19, $20, $22 an hour. But then you go take a paternity test, you find out you're pregnant.
Hmm.
You think that job want to hear about you running to go pee and having morning sickness and stuff? No. And people gonna say that's unfair or that's biased, but I live in a right to hire state.
Same here.
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
They can fire you at will. We're in a at will state. You will get fired at
see,
will. They're like they'll find a way. Like
Hmm.
yeah, you were late this day. You fired.
right, they don't want to hear. I'm sorry, I couldn't make it for work. You
Hmm.
know, hey, like they have like sometimes women have different things about it, and this is stuff I don't think a lot of people understand. Like there's a lot that comes with this. Like yeah, these women now they're gonna have to be accountable. Okay, guess what? What affects one is gonna have to affect everybody.
It's going to affect men. I mean, I don't know why people you especially if you're the responsible man. Now you goofballs. You know that's a different story. But if you responsible man, yeah, it's going to affect you, especially at the job place, because when that woman got to go, she get pregnant, and she got to leave. Guess who had to do the overtime to cover for it? Us, the
Hmm.
rest of us.
Yeah.
I got I got coworkers right now. They out FMLA. They having children.
Like I'm trying to tell y'all right now. See, you're gonna hear men complaining. Well, why do women get paid the same way we get paid, and they get paternity leave? Whoa, hold up, whoa. Y'all remember? Y'all wanted this. You wanted
What
this.
equality?
You wanted this kind of. You wanted this work. Some women put off having kids for their career.
Yep.
That kiss that shit goodbye. I know y'all saying y'all want the family home, but guess what? We're not there. Listen, y'all. No, we're not there anymore. Y'all say y'all don't like the modern woman, but guess what? Everybody's modern.
Hmm.
Who? Everybody's modern. Everybody. We live in a day and age now. Y'all ain't
Yeah.
giving up no fucking internet. Y'all not giving up goddamn cotton draws. Y'all not giving up cars and AC. Y'all not
I
giving
mean,
that up. Why y'all keep talking about? Well, we want to go back in the Stone Age and leave it a beaver and fight wolverines and dogs and drink possum piss. I'm not going back to that. I don't know about y'all.
they
Y'all
ain't
can have
gonna
it.
do
I'm
that.
not doing that.
Mm-mm.
Then
Yeah, and
the
they don't want to
one
go back to the days where they hand over the paycheck to the wife, the whole paycheck to the wife, and she gives him off a sum for his incidentals outside the home, like
See,
cigarettes, coffee, maybe occasional buy lunch for the job if she don't already
mm-hmm.
pack him one.
everybody asks for the traditional woman, but you're not the traditional man.
Right.
So what you talking about? Say and the reverse. None of us are traditional anymore. We're all modern. You're not going out in the woods and hunting for your food.
But
Mm-mm.
see,
I
but
mean,
think
I ain't talking about with a gun. I'm talking about with whatever you can find on the ground to beat the animal and carve it up. You're not going back to that, so why even start that lie?
But see, the thing about it is this. Let me y'all forget men wanted nice amenities just like the women. Men wanted nice things too. Work smarter, less harder. I could have sworn that was the motto.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, it was.
I'm not. Y'all want to talk about we need to go back in the day where things were simple? No, well then bash y'all damn phone and go outside, take off y'all damn clothes, and go be cavemen and women. Then y'all go do that shit. I'm good. I love being domesticated. Fuck that. I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. I like Walmart. I like Target. I like Target. I like all my shit that I can see. I like GameStop. I'm not going back. Y'all can go live out there and go keep up with the sun when it tell you to go to sleep and shit and live in candles and live with the Mennonites and stuff. I'm not doing none of that. So people be sounding crazy. Like this is how they be listening to that goddamn Gone with the Wind, Color Purple shit.
Oh Lord.
I can't help it that some of these people are insecure.
Yeah, with life. I'd be like, look, as much as these dudes complain about these women and how things are, the person that should be complaining the most is probably me. I am the archetype of that type of incel that they be projecting. The type of guy, and I don't even do that because I have this thing called a life. I'm living life. I go outside. I go do what I do, whatever I do when I want to. These dudes sound like they don't do that. They have to do stuff that they have to do, and that's all they can do. And
Well,
then and whine because they have to do it. I'm like, come on, man, y'all, you're killing me here.
well, see, the thing about it is this, and I say, well, they say, well, they want women to be accountable, but I'm like, listen, the men make the environment. If a woman really rocks with you, she's going to be ecstatic to have your child. Let that set in. If a woman really rocks with you, she's going to be ecstatic to have your child. That's a fact. I'm sorry. I got a PhD in baby making. So listen, there ain't nothing that you could tell her about. Oh, well, I'm pregnant. Shit, she'd be overjoyed. She like, I'm having a baby. He gonna have your eyes. She gonna be up there all night picking baby clothes and shit. Y'all gonna be out there. A Graco car seat costs $350 to $500. I don't know what the hell. I'm still trying to get multiple use out of that damn car seat. And them kids are
You
grown.
know what? My best friend, she got a car seat like that off of offer up. She paid like $250 for it, so she
Like
got it for a good deal.
I'm trying to let y'all know, man. Y'all, everybody's all talking about this babyism wave that they. Oh, yeah. I hope y'all know babies cost money.
Oh
Kids
yeah.
cost.
Oh yeah. We did a show for 1 year in a baby's life.
Hey,
And
damn, you
that's
don't know. Kids clothes, school year. Watch how
Hmm.
fast your paycheck get eaten up. Shoes, socks, t-shirt. You got to go get 4 or 5 pair of shoes, pants,
But
jeans,
BMT,
jackets. Shit,
Man,
BMT, what about the men who only pay $50 in child support?
fifty
What about
dollars
that?
ain't fifty
no,
dollars
man.
ain't shit. I'm listen,
And
y'all.
they
Listen,
I,
fifty
complaining.
I
dollars.
got I got coworkers doing 16 hours every day of their work cycle, every day,
Don't do it.
without fail. 16 hours. They are fighting for overtime at my job, literally,
Yeah,
because they got kids. The,
right.
the, the, with the gas going up, the food going up, I, the money, the, that money don't last. I'm good because I don't have no kids, but my coworkers are doing. That's why they be looking at me. Why you ain't doing no overtime? I don't need to. I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no my car pay off. I'm good. But I can understand the men and the women. They doing 16 hours daily because and coming in on their off days because they need to take care of these kids. These the daycare that's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Food, clothes. That's expensive. You trying to feed a kid off for $200 now. Good luck to you.
Shoot.
Somebody's
That
starving.
ain't even enough for one kid. Don't let them have
I
more
know.
than one.
Yeah, good luck. $200 for one kid. Good luck with you. Somebody's starving. I don't know, and I know those dudes don't want to starve.
Yeah.
Somebody's starving out of that.
Yeah.
Out of that. Come on now. That's why I be like, guys, y'all really don't understand because a lot of some of those dudes, even if they don't have children, they don't understand. And the dudes who might have children, they're not the ones taking care of them. Either their baby mama taking care of them, or their grandma, their mother or grandmother. Somebody's taking care of the kids other than them. So they don't understand. They don't see. I remember that thing with when the goofy I can't even think of his name right now. My brain shutting down. RBR was talking about, oh, just dump them with the parents. Like, what the hell? What are you talking about? We need to have more kids. Well, who gonna pay for these kids? What are you talking about? Yeah, one of the things about me and my ex was talking about, besides the health issue, it's like, who gonna pay for these kids? We're barely getting by ourselves. Who gonna pay for this kid that we gonna have to take on? I'm like, come on. It's crazy. People don't understand how much it costs. And I'm thinking, I know how much it costs for me to be around. My mother was struggling. It, People just don't think when they say this stuff. They coming from their own warped view of thinking of life, and they don't really understand what it takes, what women have to sacrifice. Even some men who truly want to be fathers, how much they got to sacrifice so these kids be good. They got to swallow their pride and go to a boss they don't like, go to a job they don't like. Even dealing with their baby mama or baby daddy they don't like, swallow their pride just to make sure that the kids are good. These dudes don't understand that, and then they want to clown people. And like you are no position to clown people for what they do if they're doing what they feel is right towards the child, even if it's not theirs. Dudes want to be stepfathers and doing the stuff. You have no right to clown them because of it. You don't want to do it, that's your business. I'm not saying that men should. I'm not advocating for it either way. But people, but when you clown somebody for doing something that they believe in their heart the right thing to do, that's when I have an issue with you because it's ridiculous. And you want to clown these mothers saying they ain't really spending all this money on these children. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. You don't know. You don't have no children. You're not taking care of children. So what do you know? Stop stop talking about stuff you don't know firsthand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the thing about it is, and see, that's the thing about it. Like, see, it's easy to talk this when you're not the one fitting the cost. And they talk about accountability. Okay, I'm 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 gonna tell you right now, man. It's easy to say, well, the women and accountability, but see, I'm sorry, but I see a lot of the majority of people that go to the school, pay for the kids' clothes, stay up at night, do X, Y, and Z for that baby, will go that knows about the weight, the size, the centimeters. I didn't know none of that shit when I went to the damn family doctor and took my turn there. They said, Mr. BMT, do you know the? I know these children are mine. All the nurses just started laughing. They're like, oh, at least you're a good daddy. I said, yup, I brought my kids here. Shit, y'all know these damn children mine. Go on, register them up. I'll just pay. I'll pay whatever it is. But shit, I knew those were my churn. I don't give a damn what people feel about it. I knew all them churn that I brought down there. I know what it's like to have to feed them, have to doggone get them through the grocery store. See, y'all know that kind of work. Having to get kids to a grocery store, they want to touch every damn thing. They want to go play with the shopper cart, hit the thing on the back of your ankle and shit. They want to drink go-gurt and touch everything. I gotta go pee, and then God forbid you got a little girl and she gotta go pee, and I can go use the bathroom, and see now you gotta worry about that shit. See, these are the things that come with that type of line of work, and everybody's saying, well, maybe they're gonna be more accountable. But I'm like, listen, stop the unintellectual talking points. Because listen, I get it. We have bad, and everybody likes focusing on the bad parents, but they don't focus on right now. Everybody is out here. They're getting that mental work right now. They get, and it's not easy. A lot of young girls don't want to have children, but they see how hard it is for their mothers, their sisters, their girlfriends, or whoever they're dealing with. They see how hard it is, so they're like, I don't want that work. I don't want to deal with that. Let me just keep my freedom. I'm gonna say something very controversial. Some of y'all dudes should be thankful that that woman took that plan B and allowed you to get out of it. If I'm wrong for saying that, y'all can say BMT, you fucked up for saying that. But I'm gonna just be for real. A lot of dudes. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's easy to talk that shit. It's easy to talk that, but I'm telling you right now, it's not an easy task. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared when I had my turn. It's a scary process. Everybody makes it seem like it's easy. It's not easy. Any man that literally in that father shit, it's nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking. And I don't even know. I'm not gonna pretend like, well, I know what the women are going through. But I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman. But it's a thing where you got to understand. People say, well, they should have get married. You know, that people get married and have kids, and the other partner still bail out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't buy shoes. I can't get the same Jordans. Every time I get a check, I got my check be getting eaten up. And, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Walk into manhood, motherfucker. You can't get Jordans and all that shit. All y'all 6-figure motherfuckers, kiss that shit goodbye when that baby get here. You can't sit on no PlayStation and that baby didn't eat. Well, that's the woman's job. See, now you sound like a bitch. Because your child is supposed to be eating.
Right.
Or what about when your child supposed to be doing homework? Or school meetings? Come on now.
And that's just another way to put everything on the mother, on the woman. That's not what you're supposed to do as a man. I'm like, look, I'd be damned if I had a child. I'd be damned if I put all his destiny in the hands of the woman, and I don't have no say so in that. No, you got your goddamn mind. I'm not doing that. But when these dudes talk about this whole thing about women be accountable, what you're basically saying, you want everything in the woman's hand, and you don't even respect these women. That's the funny part. You don't even respect these women, but you want to put everything in the hands of these women. What kind of goofy stuff is this?
Hmm.
Just I don't think I don't think these guys really think about the stuff when they talk about they coming from a place of rage and anger and vitriol and because whatever happened with them, I'm not even going to go into all that. But it's just that they're not thinking. And when you say these things, what you're saying is, I want all. I don't want to control the destiny of my legacy. I want to put it in the hands of women. And if you really thinking that, you are lost in the sauce. You're done. You might as well just be you might as well just go off the grid because you're a non-factor.
Hmm. Yeah, they pretty much are washing their hands of a legacy because they don't accept the child. Child never has their name. They don't get involved into the raising of the child, so the child never learns or get the tools from you, or get to know that side of themselves, or of themselves. So you got you orphan the child, and so you end up having no legacy. You won't be remembered, or you'll be remembered badly. Not necessarily because of what somebody said, but what you do not do.
'Cause I think one of the things about it, man, and see that I know we like seeing those videos of the fathers going in there and spending and being there with being in there in the schools and shit. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that shit. I don't know where y'all Negroes are at, but I didn't see y'all mofos when I was doggone doing shit. Going to them school PTA meetings, I saw Mexicans and white men, and a lot of grandmas and grand and mothers.
Mhm.
Ain't that many black men? And usually, if they have to go there, that they usually go. It's like school, like recreational activities, like sports. But as far as going sitting down and listening to your kids report of why they are where they are, or what's going on with them, I don't see that many. Okay, who else? Who else has done a conversation about children, about black children being dyslexic? Let me know. I ain't seen that one. Or autistic,
Mhm.
Mm.
or bipolar.
They don't even know they exist. You
Now,
know,
now that's crazy. But you hear about all these amazing immaculate daddies, but a lot of y'all kids have mental conditions. And I know, and listen, if I'm wrong, listen, the women can shut me down anytime they want. But we know that's a real thing going on with a lot of kids.
Mhm.
So we're the daddies that are advocating for this. So saying, hey, like, we need to talk about this. And this is not me shaming, but I am gonna be like, yo, like, hey, I am gonna blow the whistle. Because I know my daughter is dealing with dyslexia. And guess what? I got it. I had to go fight for her to get in the program.
Mhm.
Fight for her to get in a program to help her. You know what they said? Hey, we need more fathers. Why would they? If they had abundant amount of fathers, they wouldn't say we need more fathers. It's just not a thing. And I'm sorry, man. Like, let it be that kid throwing a football, dancing, so whatever kind of stuff. Yeah, they'll get down with that. But I'm just saying, man. Like kids falling behind on grades, that's kind of something more so mama be up there late at nights doing that schoolwork. Daddy be at work. As I said, man, it's going to be rough, and we already know kids. A lot of kids fell behind. Um, we got a person we got to avenge. A lot of kids fell behind with this homeschool stuff. Well, let's leave the kid at home with the women, and they'll raise them. It takes two kids. It takes two parents. Sadly, we don't have houses anymore.
But BMT, what about the mothers who have to work and take care of the kids and drive them to the games, and but don't get no child support? And then you got men on the internet talking about why did you put that man on child support? You are the white supremacist. You're the one who trying to hold him to a standard. You should not do that, and he shouldn't pay.
I'm I'm gonna say this right here, Charlene. I'm gonna say this right here, and I know this. I'll probably catch a lot of hell, but I don't give a shit. Listen, when I wasn't in my kid's life, you know how much I was paying out when I wasn't in my kid's life, and I moved out. I was paying $1,700 $1,700. A lot of
Mhm.
y'all mofos get mad paying $50 or $100. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit. And that's not me saying, oh, so because you going through that. No, that's your child. That's your child. That child eats, shit, breathes, and goddamn has needs. It grows.
But wouldn't it make more sense to make sure your child is in a stable, loving environment
Well,
and the mother of your child has the resources she need to pour into that child? Why would you want to make the mother life a living hell and cause chaos? Like, why would you want that for your family? Why would you want
because
that
the thing about
for
it
your
is some
child?
people get into a vitriol. Now, I'm not gonna say there aren't some women that go and get that. I'm not gonna say there aren't some women that do that, but if a woman knows that, hey, listen, you want to take the kid for a few days and we split it up, the diff. If y'all can do it without the court, I encourage y'all to do it without the courts.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? If y'all can do it without the courts,
Yeah.
but sadly, sometimes we have to get the courts involved because some people understand that if the laws ain't being enforced, ain't nobody gonna follow the rules or the laws. We know that's true. Some
Right.
people, if the laws ain't being enforced, ain't nobody gonna do that. I have to agree on that. I'm sorry, I'm a man. I'm not gonna lie. If there ain't nobody forcing the goddamn rules for goddamn you know damn well if you saw the cop right there on the road, you're not gonna speed. You're not gonna speed, are you? Because you know that cop gonna tear your ass up.
Right.
So the same thing goes. Same thing goes for that of you hear a lot of people saying, hey, like, why you gotta go get that white man in our business? Well, shit, why do I have to go get anybody? Why can't I just come get you? Why can't I just come? First of all, why I gotta come get you? Why can't you just come and get your goddamn kid? And listen, man, I know a lot of dudes, they will go hit up that stripper, they'll go take care of another child, they'll go do X, Y, and Z before they even fuck with their own kid. And then they wonder why their kid don't got no love for them or say, yo, F this dude. Oh, you turned my child against me. No. They know damn well that, yo, you just bailed out on us. So the mama said, you know what? I'm not going to stay in the projects. My mama told my daddy this. And I love my daddy. I love my daddy. I love you, James. But my mama told my daddy, when you get out, when you get out of jail, we won't be here. We're going down south. Now my daddy said, no, you're gonna stay in that house and wait for me. My mom said, okay. My mama put us and took us down there to South Carolina. Was she wrong? No. She said, my children come first. I'm sorry, brothers, but a woman gonna
Okay.
choose,
No, no, no.
huh?
I like what you're saying. What you're saying is right because I was on a live, like I think it was 2 days ago, and the grandmother was crying because the mother took the kids and went down south, right? But I'm thinking,
A lot of women, Charlene, will divest to save or to give their child a better vantage of survival.
exactly is what I'm
It's
saying. You
not
can't get mad at the mother.
that's just normal. Like, listen, if I know, like, when we was in Boston, right? A lot of boys my brother's age were getting jumped into gangs. If you once you turn 12 to 13, you were getting jumped into the gang. They will get you or snatch you up, and either you join or you just got beat up every day. Now, what mother wants her child to get beat up, get his jacket stolen, his Reeboks taken, come home with a busted eye, get stabbed or shot? No parent is gonna be like, well, that or I guess you're gonna have to just toughen up. No, you're gonna be like, hey, I'm taking my kids and going elsewhere. All y'all like watching Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but what did Will's mama do? She divested his ass. Hey, I gotta get my kid out of here.
Right.
I'm sending you to a better lifestyle. At least if I can't get out, at least you can have a better chance. If some dudes, they're comfortable. And guess what? Your own dude of city ain't even said that. A lot of y'all black men get too comfortable. But then y'all get mad because maybe your woman don't want to stay there no more. Maybe she got tired of just being your baby mama. So then she said, well, are you gonna marry me? Are you trying to deal with me? Or are you trying to make this work on word? So you just got me out here looking like boo boo the food.
Yeah.
So guess what? Okay, cool. You want to play that game? You ain't. I gotta beg you for groceries. Okay, if I gotta beg you for groceries, if I gotta beg you for clothes, if I gotta beg you for food, if I gotta beg you for
I think
I
he
don't
went.
know, BMT, you going in and out. Like, what's
They don't want the truth to come out.
right? You was
But
telling us some good stuff. You was getting to it.
yeah, that's the thing. I think people don't. There's a lot of strife between people because they're not really. They weren't really together. Some of these men were not where they needed to be, and it's like where the woman got to make a choice. Like if she's a good mother, let me preface that by saying a good mother. A good mother is going to take care of the child first before anything. That's why I was so offended and disgusted when KS said that shit about believing the man over the child. That was some disgusting shit because a lot of these men have children with women that they're not with, and basically when you saying that the woman should put the man over the child, you're saying that in any situation they should believe that man over that woman. I mean over that child and stuff like this. Some of these dudes will be like, well, she wrong for taking the child to be in a better environment. What kind of silly shit is this? She should be putting the child first because the child is more important than you. Just like if it was the reverse, you would want her to put the child first before you. If you're not there, who you think should be protecting that child? It should be that woman. So she should be putting that child first. So that means, Negro, if she got to move away from you and move to a better environment, well, when you get out, get your shit together, and then you can make it work. But you want her to suffer because you want her and the child to suffer because you ain't ready to give up whatever life you having in the streets. Or you struggling and the saddest thing that I've seen families that are fucking homeless, and I'm
now,
like, bro, I could if you want to be homeless, that's your business, okay? That is. Why would you put your kids through that?
now, you know the thing about it, and this is something I want to I'm gonna put out there. Everybody thinks only Pookie plays the game of being ain't shit. Everybody thinks it's only just the poor or somebody from the hood. I know a lot of dudes with money, truck drivers, FedEx, a guy with a nice job. You know, you got a nice, comfortable lifestyle. Shout out to y'all.
I got
I know a
coworkers
lot
that
of
do the
men
same shit. They play that same game.
that they all anybody can play the game. Anybody can play the game. Don't think don't think it's just the broke dudes who are playing the ain't shit role of abandoning their kids. I know plenty of dudes that get paid money and barely will give their kid a dime. I know dudes who work on oil rigs, dudes who own their own trucking business. Let their kid ask them for goddamn $50. Goddamn, I just gave your mama $200 3 months ago. Why the fuck you asking me for more money? Like goddamn, daddy, shit, the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah,
Like, so you got to understand that anybody. Listen, man, it's a cold reality, man. People think $200 is a lot when taking care of a child. It really isn't. I know people gonna say, "Well, I don't know what the fuck you doing with that money. You need to manage it better." You can go suck a dick. Actually, go suck 5 billion dicks. $200 ain't shit.
No, it's Philly.
I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm not sure if y'all looked at groceries lately. Do y'all even know what milk costs? Have y'all seen what $200 can get you in a grocery store? And
I
hello,
bought
I just
two
spent six
things.
hundred
It's like
dollars.
$100.
Like, listen,
For myself.
like literally, that's not even a good milk. That's not even a good bread. Like that's like the bad. That's the off-brand shit. The
Hmm.
great value shit that they give at Walmart. Like, listen, this is good enough for y'all motherfuckers to get it, make it work.
Yeah,
So
the stuff that tears up your system after you drink it for
so
five,
so
6 hours
you
later.
gotta wonder.
That's
So
that.
you have to wonder, and this thing about it, you have to wonder when people talk about this Roe versus Wade is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm like, okay, dudes, if y'all want that same energy, then the government should have the right to say, I want to colorize y'all penises at a moment notice if y'all make too many fucking kids. I don't know no man that's gonna run to the clinic to say, okay, government, give me the snip. I don't know no man that's gonna say I'm ready. I don't know no man that's gonna say that wants to give that doctor that kind of permission. So, well, we know you're a
Well,
different breed. So why play the game? Say, but I'm saying, but why play the game and say, well, we're going to hold the women accountable? Y'all stop that bullshit, man. You can only hold accountable what's within your vicinity if they so choose to want to actually be held to that type of liability. Like all this moral police shit. Like I'm just telling you right now, man, it's going to backfire. Y'all think y'all want to force women to have kids? All right, y'all got the game fucked up. Y'all must forgot during the Renaissance era when the Vatican church and the church were trying to force women to have babies. Oh, they were finding ways to kill their babies off. They'll get with their friends, have the little tea. You know what they were doing in their tea parties? There's certain fruit. Look this up. There's certain fruit a woman can indigest to cause her to have a miscarriage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
There's certain flowers, certain things. I forgot what kind of fish. That's why they tell women don't eat fish or certain stuff. Let them enough of it. Hey, that baby ain't gonna make it. It ain't gonna make it full term. So whatever y'all think, listen, unless y'all gonna put a ban on fish, fruit, uh, different shit, stop them from sniffing gasoline and all kind of
what
crazy
is
shit.
it? What
Y'all ain't
I
stopping
know,
shit. Y'all
I know. In my
Basically,
family,
stop
we,
and
we
living
talk
life,
about
basically.
drinking Guinness. If you drink
I'm
some
gonna buy
bitters,
y'all for Christmas. I'm gonna buy y'all some propane.
if you I heard that if you drink
Get
Guinness
y'all some
and
powder.
if
Let
you
y'all
drink
skip gasoline.
bitters,
You
like
can flex out.
that also helps. Also, that's just my family because the bitters are super
Katie,
bitter, so it helps get rid of the
these are your
baby.
message. These are your message.
Well,
So I'm just saying, like everybody, every like, so like I said, everybody's all, and this is the thing about it. There are more ways. This is why I said y'all, you're playing goddamn, y'all trying to play goddamn poker with goddamn goldfish cards that are like for ABC Mouse and shit. Like there have been this. If people thinking that abortion is only can be done inside of the office, you're fooling yourself. It's only that of a safer route. That's why they say that's why it's better for the woman or the girl to come in. Are y'all telling women that are sexually abused or raped that they gotta still have the kid? Get the fuck out of here. I would never want to tell a woman that was abused or raped, you got to carry that incest baby. No, we're not telling women to do. What kind of damn demonic world we going down? Y'all on some goddamn berserk shit. Like I'm not doing. Listen, bro. I'm never going to tell my child that you're first to go into some servitude for a man that you don't really rock with. That's mind boggling. That's mind boggling. That's like y'all pretty soon y'all gonna be saying, well, we need to start having women choosing their marital partners. Okay, then I'm gonna choose the disgusting, most hideous 500-pound women that literally don't shave between their creases for y'all men to wash and wipe their asses and stuff and say happy marriage, happy life. Y'all don't want that work. Stop it. Y'all are some disingenuous people. Now, not to say now, some people like that freaky shit. Hey, we'll float your boat. Hey, if you like kissing ass, that's on you. I'm not against it, but I'm just saying we everybody wasn't for that being forced to take COVID shots, but y'all are forced. Y'all want to tell people what they are forced to do. That's crazy to me. That doesn't make no logical sense. Like the same people that are saying, "Hey, I want my body, my choice for that shot," but you telling somebody else what they got to do for their design for their doggone body, and you're not even the person that got to sit on the table and get a goddamn metal piece shoved up your goddamn crotch. Now I know y'all say, "Damn, BMT, are you a feminist?" No, I'm just a realist. I ain't gonna lie, I be cringing when I be listen. I went into that OBGY clinic one time and watched that whatever that damn scalpel demonic tool got put in my woman's vagina. I was like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. I am a man. I don't want none of this. I don't want nothing the woman got. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to bleed. I don't want. I'm glad I can pee anywhere I want without thinking about it. Yeah, I'll take colon any day. I'll take colon any day.
Yeah.
Like it.
I agree with you there.
Okay.
I didn't see it. I've heard from my ex what they had to do. They had to
I,
stick up
you,
with
you
the kind. I'm like, ah,
you know what? You know
I
what, brother speak? You know what, brother speak?
yeah.
There's a machine. There's a machine, right? That they
Hmm.
have. It's for men to feel cramps, and they can. And you could put no. It's a real machine, and I think there's some places that have it, right? And they put it on you and sit you down, and they crank it up, and they allow you to feel cramps that a woman feels. And
Uh,
but they don't tell you when they're going to turn on the machine, and they
oh,
said that's how. So it's
okay.
and they said this is what it feels like to be a woman for one day.
Yeah, I'm done.
So so that right there, and you know, the most part, most men don't even like going through that for one day of that, and that's and imagine women that do that for a week or longer if they have irregularities going on. Like, listen,
Right.
I'm not an advocate, but it doesn't hurt to read or just be aware of the situation at hand, man. I'm listen, I'm not for no human rights being pulled. I may not agree with certain things, but I understand that what can be done to one person can definitely be done to me. And that's the hypocrisy that people are like preaching, throwing Bibles and saying that, oh man, you want this country to be destroyed. I'm like, bitch, it's too late for that. This country been done. Like,
We
I'm just
we
waiting for
there now.
Skynet. Like, what are y'all talking about?
We there now. This country's
I,
been destroyed. We there
I,
now. What are you talking?
anybody that has a
Got to be
problem with it,
destroyed.
with anybody that's for this right here, I would say for all women, take your child to your baby father, and before school shopping, drop that kid off in front of them and say, "Good luck. I'm going to sit back. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I want you to go school shopping." And just fall back for just fall. I'm telling you right now, that man will be calling you within 2 hours. Don't now, men. You can't call no women. You can't call nobody else. You have to figure everything out for yourself. I can tell you right now. Majority of the time, when it comes to school shopping, I see women at DD's, TJ Maxx, Ross, all them damn places trying to figure out how to make goddamn $400 work for goddamn 4 children. Like,
Yeah.
how the hell am I supposed to like? I think Jesus had to be a woman at one time because ain't no way. I don't know how my mama turned bologna cheese sandwiches and feed goddamn 5 kids, but shit, she figured out how to do it. But shit, I mean, but like I said, man, like it's an hypocrisy, man. I'm not like I said, I didn't mean to go on a rant. I do apologize about that, but hey, we got a lot of stuff that's happening in this country, and a lot of y'all, a lot of men and women are not holistically realistic about that. Well, it's gonna make the women on Instagram and TikTok. How you gonna stop them? Y'all worry about Instagram and TikTok? Stop it.
You ain't
Stop it.
stopping them over there. That's what I was saying.
Stop
Like,
it.
you're not gonna
You want to
stop
know?
them.
You want
They
to
gonna
know?
still
You
do
want
what
to
they
know
gonna
what
do.
women get more goddamn abortions? Church women, women in churches.
Yeah.
Y'all think I'm lying? Okay.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
glad you talked. I'm glad you said that, BMT, because I have a story for you. I
Is it?
know,
The, the
man.
the oldest records of abortions. were done by the church.
Exactly.
The
Why?
oldest records of abortions, or done the most, were by the church. When girls would be getting sent, were sent to the church to get abortions. I find it very hypocrisy. I find it very interesting that you got pastors talking about it's a sin, but then the same affiliation group was the same one that was doggone making the majority of their money off of that.
Hmm. And they throw this Bible around about this whole abortion, but I knew my ex told me one of her church members. She was a girl, and she had got pregnant.
Oh yeah,
Her,
listen,
her mom and
the
dad
pastor's daughter,
told her to go get an abortion.
the
So
the, the pastor's daughter, from my old church, she got pregnant. She got pregnant in her junior year in high school. I said, "Are you giving birth to the baby Jesus? How did you get pregnant? I know you go to Sunday school and Bible study. How did you get pregnant?" She's like, "Oh, only God can judge me." I said, "Shit, I'm right here, baby. I can judge you all night, day long. What the hell are you talking about? Why we wait? Why we wait for God? I'm right here, baby. What's good? I ain't going. I can see just fine."
yeah.
I said, "Where Joseph at? Where your camel?" I said, "Okay, so we gonna have this we can have the conversation." I said, "Make sure the same way how your daddy be shaming them women, telling them sit to the front that are pregnant with no man, or your ass better be right there, Negro. I better see your black ass right up there, and don't put no damn prayer blanket over your belly. Fuck that. I want to make sure you standing right out there when I'm beating that drum. I'm gonna make sure I stare right at your belly and sing to heaven." Oh, that must be her calling me right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These whole things,
TD
they
Jakes,
throw this
TD
Bible
Jakes,
talking about.
TD Jakes' daughter. She the teen mom. A
Hmm.
lot of these goddamn pastors' daughters are teen moms. I find that very interesting. But they all be talking this goddamn holy art now shit.
Right. And the other funny thing, like all these people against abortion and all that, oh, it's preventing murder. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Why don't you adopt some of these kids who's in these troubled homes?
Man, same
That
exactly. Same dudes that talking about all this damn
yeah,
abortion shit, but don't want to even adopt a kid or volunteer at a school. Get the fuck
no,
out of here.
they don't want to do none of that. So
Fuck
what you
out of here.
talking about? You want abortions to be banned?
That ain't my
Okay.
job. That ain't my kid.
But you see that these boys are suffering in these homes where these mothers either doing the best they can or they just doing the worst to these children, and you're not even going in there to try to help them. You ain't even trying to get these kids out of these
Listen,
situations. So what are you talking about abortion for? If
I
you're
said
not
the
willing
most
to do
controversial.
any of that, if you're not
All right,
willing to
shit.
do any of that, man, don't talk to me about abortion. Look, I'm not for
Oh,
abortion.
okay.
I
Like I
think it's going to be certain two criteria for abortions, in my
now,
personal opinion.
but now I
But
said the
other
most
than that,
controversial thing. But I
yeah.
said the most controversial thing, and I said it, and I don't take it back. I would
Hmm.
rather a child go with a gay couple than stay in the system. Now, a lot of people got mad that, well, BMT. Why would you say that? That's. I'm like, it's still a home.
A
It's still a
home
home,
is better than being in the
and
system.
I would rather them have that. Well, they might get abused. Like, wait a second.
Okay,
They're getting abused right now in the system. They get
Now, I
abused.
know I know some
okay.
people gonna say, wait, that's
Well,
bad.
hey,
But
hey, we kind of
oh,
got off the topic there.
I'm
Uh,
sorry. Okay, I'm sorry
I'm
about that.
sorry.
But I gotta
mhm.
go anyway. But yeah, I just like I said, I'm just putting that out there. I know a lot of people that's sensitive, but like I said, thank y'all for allowing me. I know I probably said some controversial stuff already, but hey,
Well,
but
that's
thank y'all
usual.
for allowing me to be up here.
You know, that's what you do. That's usual for you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry about getting off the topic. As far as the whole,
No, I let it go too long.
yeah.
Um, but there were some parts where he agreed with Max on that that a lot of the times men are pushing this. Are they telling some kind of story um, a- about them being a good guy, and they're not. They telling half the story, and why they all of a sudden lying that they anti-abortion when they quick to push about it. She should have saying stuff. She should have had an abortion so we wouldn't have to pay child support. And now that and now that there is not going to be any abortion because hey, saw it coming down the line. The states were already implementing it for to have it ready as soon as it went down through federal courts. But there's a lot of things that's being left out. Hey, the shortage on the formula. Oh, okay, so no abortion, woman keeps the child, but yet there's not there stuff there to help her feed the child. Even if they did help with more welfare, food stamp, WIC, um, it ain't gonna do any good if you can't buy the food. The food ain't there, especially for the baby. More health care for the child. You know, um, eventually there's gonna be a final way to get these guys who's willing to go to jail, not pay child support, to find a way for them to pay child support.
Probably take it out of their any commissary money that they get. They'll probably do that.
Uh,
I think they might. I think they'll, or like if they're making money within the state, yeah, and it's very very small, they'll take money out of that. Because I know like in Texas now they got to pay. At first they didn't have to pay for health care.
mm-hmm.
Now they got to pay. It's only like up to I think up to $100, but think about that. You got $100 on the books. If you go have to go see the doctor, guess what? That $100 is gone. They're
Mm-hmm.
taking it, and there ain't nothing they could do about it.
But somebody got to put the money on the books,
Right? Somebody
and
got to
it's
put money on
usually uh their girl, the baby mama, the
the
or
family
his
member.
mama.
Right. So yeah, they're gonna find a way to get that money. There's no doubt about it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like I said, the whole thing with the abortion thing. I think it is.
But
I
as I
don't think it's
said,
gonna be.
the way
Yeah,
things should change it. Hold on a second.
yeah,
Let me do this.
yeah. I was, yeah, I was trying to see BMT. I don't think BMT was in favor in infanticide. I don't think BMT was trying to push that. I think he's just saying that it should be just a choice. And I don't. I think it's just gonna be a choice anyway. If they're gonna have it, they're not. So, but so,
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So I believe women should, start closing up shop, invest in a good toy, you know, do for themselves, because hey, there's always been a baby involved, but hey, um, some women, especially those of you who can't use birth control because it's a danger for you or it doesn't do any good, abstinence. Go back to abstinence. And I know I was joking, but I think I really might see if there's a stock. Invest in that. But yeah,
mm. Yeah,
yeah.
they can do it
But
for me too because I like seeing them playing with toys. So That's just me.
Yeah, I want to see if women could would actually get together, close up shop, and shut it down. Yeah, and they thought that we were policing their private areas. Okay, be like, excuse me, do you have a condom? No, you do not. I'm sorry, you got to go.
No, I mean, you should. That's what it should be. I'm like, look,
Yeah.
no, it was weird to me at the time,
Mhm.
but I get it now. I remember there was one of my ex's friends when we was in college. We went to her apartment. She lived right next to my ex. She had a bowl full of condoms right in the front in the living room. I was like,
Mm.
in the F is this? But as I got older and I go different places, I understand why. Because like shit, she didn't want no kids. She
Mhm.
didn't want that problem. So hey, condom right here. So she didn't want to stop the fun. So hey, condom right here. Now if you don't want to take it, he had to go. So
Yeah.
it's I don't you know
I always didn't quite understand the aspect. I'd be like, um, uh, he had a condom? No. Did you have a condom? No. Then why you had sex? It'd be like, oh, because it felt so good, or I like it, or he was supposed to pull out. I'd be like,
the pull out. Yeah, shit, man. No,
yeah,
nah, that pull
yeah.
out game.
Some some of it was when I was younger, so of course women were younger and stuff like that. Like, and then I was kind of evil. I may have a condom, but he don't have a condom. I'll be like, oh, you don't have a condom. Oh, I'm sorry. Huh, no, can do. Bye bye. Because my philosophy is, hey, you don't have one. You're not invested in yourself. And if you're still trying to do it with me without a condom, who else have you been doing it without a condom with?
Yeah, I've been fortunate. The women either they hey, do you have a condom, or they will provide me a condom.
Mm-hmm.
They just hey, yeah, I got one. What size you have? What size you need? I like, well, thanks. Then some of them just give me the large one out of it. Yeah, you might need the large one. Like, thanks. I don't
Okay.
not that thick,
Yeah.
but thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
that little side table with the drawer had other uses.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but 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 those women I would respect more because they care about their health, as opposed to the women who just like you. I've even I had one woman. Oh, well, why are you wearing the condom? You could take. You don't have to wear it. Huh? Yeah, I stopped dealing with that person quickly.
Yeah.
No,
Most smart guys do.
I was like, no, I'm not. No, because I could about imagine if you're doing that with me, I know you're doing it with some other people, and I know some of those dudes ain't caring about their health. They ain't caring about those STDs. No, I do. No, I don't need a STD. No, thank you. I'm good. Yeah, I had to stop dealing with her. No, 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 no.
All right. Okay. Well, let's slow it down. We've been up here about 3 hours. Thanks, bro,
Yeah.
for speak for coming up. BMT, Super Mike. Interesting. The men's point of view on the Roe versus Wade. Oh, hey, Rodney Mallard, we're about to shut it down. Mm-hmm. So, here points of view. I wanted to hear the women's points of view. Oh, they said some things in the chat, but as I said, I don't know how in some ways, to me, it's not going to affect us like we think,
No.
and in some it will. I think the ones that it will affect, we're probably not going to know about it until later. But I think maybe some of it will start making people talk and think. That's not an option anymore with other options, and really take a look at this person. Hey, do you want to create a child with this person? Do you know anything about this person? If you had to tell your child that you created with this person about their father, what would you tell them? Hmm. Oh, see, let's see what Auntie. Let me see what Auntie said. Even if she said that, if you're not ready to be a dad, then don't go without protection. That baby will become an adult someday, and will find you. So if you ain't ready, don't let her tell you that. Oh, I think about you saying about the lady saying you didn't have to have a condom. We can still
Right.
keep on.
Yeah. That's it. I'm like you're putting your health in the hand and your legacy in the hands of a woman who barely know you and telling you the now you don't need that condom. Not a good idea ever.
No.
I'm just saying it's just not a good idea. As a man, I know I want to be in charge of my own legacy,
Mhm.
my own sexual health, mental health, and everything. I'm not gonna put that in the hands of a woman.
Mhm.
I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And some dudes tend to keep forgetting that some sexually transmitted will mess with your mental health.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And and also, FYI, some of those condoms do not protect you from some of these sexual diseases,
Mm.
especially if you don't know how to store those condoms right. You can put that on, you still might catch something. So yeah, you might want to really be real careful out here in these streets.
Yeah, it's summertime. Some of them condoms are melting.
Hmm. You leave it in the car, dry
Are they,
up.
are they too old? Hey, have you checked the expiration dates on your condoms lately?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just some things, man. You as a man. I mean, women too, but as us as men, I'm talking about men now.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be. You have to take your own legacy in your own hands. Don't leave it up to nobody. I don't care what the state says or what even that woman says. Take care of your own legacy, and that's the
Hello.
best I can tell you.
I'm. Uh-huh. Okay. So on that note, we're gonna end it. All right. We gotta go.
Peace, power,
Thanks.
unity, y'all.
Yeah. Peace, power, unity. Thanks for coming up. All right.